ult. It's a nice AoE ult.
Oh, of course, Excaliblast would be an AoE.
Yeah.
I mean, why would it not?
Wind damage, 350% of Saber's attack to all enemies, deals 10 instances of damage.
Hi, YouTube.
Each instance of damage deals wind damage equal to 137.5% of her attack to one random enemy. After using her ultimate, the next basic attack switches to release the Golden Scepter, and only release the Golden Scepter can be used. Release the Golden Scepter.
So I've got a
It's an
golden
AoE attack.
scepter.
So her basic attack then turns into an AoE attack. Gains 2 core resonance and deals wind damage equal to 210% of her attack to all enemies. The number of enemies is half, maybe? What the fuck is that? 2/1 when this ability is used? Additionally, deals wind damage equal to 210% or 308% of Saber's attack to all enemies. Like, it seems pretty solid. I always like having more AoE units. Since I was relying on Sela for so long as she was single target.
Alright, so previously.
Yes.
After Natsu finishes eating a toilet, the session begins with the rest of the group thinking he's crazy for making a prolonged Bleach reference in chat due to his being the only one to register the joke Bio had made in the recap. Once Natsu has clarified that he is not, in fact, crazy, the group hop the fence they spent the last 40 minutes staring at so they can finally get into the Steel Watch factory, only to end up surprised when the patrolling Steel Watcher that just passed by them somehow didn't notice the quartet of loud thuds landing right behind it. A quick mumble of gift horse and all that sees the group running over to the factory's front doors to get out of the robot patrol routes, only to find it was unsurprisingly locked. Figuring that it'd probably be better to remove the homicidal murder robot from the equation first so that Natsu can commit his crimes in peace, everyone backs away from the door to deal with the approaching Steel Watcher, only for it to very justifiably go out of its way to immediately knock Natsu flat on his ass because the thing has at least some degree of self-preservation instinct.
Fair.
With Natsu now left angrily shaking his fist at the jackass robot that's purposefully standing inches outside of his attack range, Inu's attempt to find a solution to this are quickly interrupted when he finally realizes he's once again been over encumbered by the weight of just 2 books that he hadn't noticed were placed into his inventory during the recap. Once Natsu finishes yelling at him for the umpteenth time for his terrible item management abilities, as well as stressing that only one of those 2 books were placed there by him, Inu is able to shimmy his way into an adequate firing position to launch the giant metal jackass into Natsu's attack range for him with a torrent of Eldritch Blasts. Or at least that's what basic common sense and spatial comprehension would tell you happened, as despite the Steel Watcher literally being so close to Natsu's position that the 2 models were directly touching each other, the damn robot was still somehow out of his attack range for reasons that could only be surmised as all of these D&D games hate Natsu specifically. Now understandably nettled, Natsu slams back a healing potion so he could feel something aside from anger, only for everyone to find themselves shocked when it cures him of his maimed debuff because potions are considered magic... I have no idea what that word is supposed to be.
I'm just gonna fill it in. Magic bullshit.
Yeah, this says glib, but I'm not sure if that's a thing. Like Gealib. That's either a reference.
Gary's library.
It's either a reference to something that I. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Willow Kid spell.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Which gives him the opportunity to gleefully stab the robot in the face and sprint away. Soon after escaping the automaton's blast radius, however, Natsu looks back over his shoulder to find a winded Sarge stuck directly next to the thing, which leads Natsu to chuck a speed potion his way to what should be a, sadly, predictable result by this point. With Sarge unfortunately still trapped in place because the potion Natsu threw ended up missing the spot the game showed him it would hit and landing literal inches from Sarge's feet, he's left with no other option than to wait for his imminent incineration, only for the Steel Watcher's blast to just not do any damage to him whatsoever, despite Sarge having been very unambiguously within the detonation zone. Gift horses and all that. Not wanting to press their luck by questioning how or why, the group decided it would be best to head around the back of the building first to see if there were any robots remaining, which leads to Inu discovering a cargo lift that could get the group into the factory without having to brazenly waltz in through the front doors. With the Steel Watcher being quickly dealt with via a combination of Natsu stabbing the shit out of it and tossing some spare bombs to set the thing to self-destruct at a distance that wasn't a foot away from his face, the group were able to hop onto the cargo lift unimpeded, which finds them stumbling into the middle of an ongoing labor dispute between the Gondians and the literal slave drivers that are the factory's upper management. After taking a second to point and loudly laugh at the name of one Iron Consul Chad, kind of amazing he didn't hear that, really. The group fan out to skulk around the factory's cargo hold to get a better idea of what they're dealing with and to find some good vantage points to work with if and when things go south. Not really one for subterfuge or basic tactics, however. Inu's character predictably decides to just walk directly in between the Gondians and their bosses to ask what's going on, in spite of their being the squishiest person in the group. Which, if nothing else, gives everyone the chance to overhear what all the commotion was about. So, I am simultaneously both the squishiest person in the group due to lack of health and the tankiest person in the group because I have more AC than anyone else in this party by 7.
Whee.
Directly. Yeah, apologies for the latest. Oh, Willis' phone was on the charger and her TV screen won't let her message directly. Whoever directly is. No, AC only doesn't matter when it's Natsu.
Yes.
I frequently don't get hit.
Instead of Murphy's Law, it's fucking Murphy's AC for me.
True story. With Inu's approach somehow having gone unnoticed by the guards, he finds himself in the middle of a scene wherein a blindfolded Gondian named Xaner Tubin, presumably related to the Obelia Tubin, the group rescued from the secret underwater Ultramax prison, firmly stating that the Gondians are done building Gortash's death robots after the unending abuse they've all been put through, such as cutting out Xaner's fucking eyeballs. Can't really imagine that would have done much to increase his productivity, if I'm honest. As he then incites his fellow Gondians to rise up and rip the motivator out of the hands of some jackass wearing a very stupid boar helmet. Now stuck in the middle of an ongoing revolution, the group shrug and get to work on helping the Gondians to unionize so they could make up for the Crow Union they busted by accident back in the sewers. Not so.
Oh, yeah. I still feel bad about that.
Soon after this, however, the group find themselves put in a state of confused panic when Sarge, having killed one of the upper management slave drivers, leads to them dropping one of the prior mentioned motivator devices, causing all of the Gondians to start freaking out and running the fuck away from it at once they realize it had activated. Not really sure what the hell is going on, since all the panicking Gondians were too busy panicking to explain why they were panicking. Sarge puts together some context clues and comes to the conclusion that the motivator is probably some kind of slave collar detonator, which is a guess that is entirely correct, though is thankfully not a fact the group had to find out the hard way. Which leaves them scrambling to get to the now ominously floating device before its own turn rolls around. This scrambled sprint unfortunately leads to the group activating another motivator in the process, which nearly causes everyone to shit themselves until Natsu and Inu are thankfully able to, rather literally, defuse the situation seconds before disaster. Once Karlak has then stabbed Chad to death in celebration, who could have ever imagined Chad losing? The group move to make quick work of the remaining upper management before they find themselves caught off guard by a random Steel Watcher on the roof outside, suddenly joining the fight out of nowhere after it happened to spot what was going on through an open skylight as it passed by. I mean, Ichigo couldn't have ever imagined Chad losing, that's for sure. Not taking kindly to being stared at by a robotic ceiling cat, Natsu decides to politely inform it as to why it shouldn't have looked as he squid poses his way to the ceiling to effortlessly stab the peeping bastard to death before then Mary Poppinsing his way back to the ground. Once the robot finally finishes exploding, the group take a moment to admire their getting through all of this with 0 civilian casualties, before Inu then heads over to ask Xander if he and the other Gondians were alright. Before any such questions can be asked, though, Xander takes the opportunity to preemptively ask a question of his own, as he desperately asks if the group happen to know anything about the current well-being of his daughter, Obelia. I guess that answers that. Which sees Inu fighting back against his nature as a snarky asshole so he could politely inform Xander that his daughter had already been rescued and was safely hiding away at wherever the hell she ended up after that. Now relieved to hear that his life hasn't been completely ruined like he thought it was, Xander informs the group that he was planning to make his way to 3 Neurocitor at the heart of the factory and asks that the group guide him there and that he will do the rest. Pretty much immediately seeing through the phrase "do the rest" as being a very unsubtle way of Xander saying he plans to blow himself up to take out the Steel Watchers and the factory that makes them, the group quickly pivots Xander the fuck away from that plan, by instead pointing out the literal racism nuke Sarge has been hauling around the past few months. Literally being incapable of looking a gift horse in the mouth, Xander lets out a massive sigh of relief as he states the obvious, that the racism nuke would very definitely be enough to get the job done, as he gives the group directions to the Neurocitor before heading over to inform his fellow Gondians that they need to get the fuck out. Objective now clear, the group begins making their way to the lower floors of the factory so the racism nuke can have its redemption arc, only for the game to once again demonstrate how much it simply cannot handle doors, as Inu's attempt to enter the lower floor leads to his character running in every direction but down the stairs, before they finally end up entering the door by walking over it on the floor above and phasing through reality to enter the lower floor without ever passing through the door itself.
Hell yeah.
Everyone now thoroughly baffled as to how the fuck they aren't left with much time to ponder the game's utter lack of respect for the fundamental laws of reality, as they quickly find themselves scrambling to salvage the absolute clusterfuck they found themselves stuck with when the game shoved them into the middle of an ongoing fight of a baker's dozen enemies trying their level best to curb stomp 5 Gondians to death. Everyone then begins to panic pretty much immediately when the game decides to start this surprise hostage situation off by having one of the Gondians, one Grindo Biggs, nearly get his skull cleaved in half by a Hellfire Watcher, basically like a normal Steel Watcher but spicy, right off the rip. Shit now well on its way to being fucked, Inu takes a moment to read out the names of all the Gondians in the room in case they need to deliver some unfortunate news to their families later, only to start concernedly shouting at them when they suddenly begin to shoot exploding acid arrows at targets that are within an alarmingly close vicinity to their own friends. Before that bout of panic even has a chance to subside, the group's panic spikes even more when one of the union-busting Black Hand thugs suddenly tries to pull out Final Fantasy Spirits Within to eviscerate the duo of Gondians around him, which Natsu immediately shuts down with 0 hesitation because that's his favorite toy. Filled with an unyielding blind rage over someone taking his things, Natsu was of course too blinded by rage to consider that the copyright-infringing Black Hand thug he just skewered may have had one of those motivator devices on them, which then leads to him scrambling to down yet another speed potion once the glowing purple rock mockingly floats up in front of his face. Once Natsu's situation was successfully salvaged by virtue of the unfathomable amount of drugs he carries on him, hooray for drugs, Inu pops open the character sheet for the other Black Hand thugs in an effort to see if they have a listed skill effect to denote who actually drops the motivators on death, only to instead discover that the way to tell who is holding one is that they're literally just holding the damn things in their hand. In an effort to prevent Inu from relaying this information, however, and because they were understandably fucking terrified of anything and everything Natsu might be able to do, the Black Hand thugs begin to spam cast "shut the fuck up" in the group's general direction to cover their whole quadrant in silence bubbles. As being stuck in a dome that prevents any and all sound doesn't actually stop Inu from being able to use cutting words, since he could still just, flip people off to get essentially the same result. He's quick to disrupt any attempts to punch him, before then walking 3 feet to the left to get out of the dome so he could silence someone himself by removing the head from their shoulders with Eldritch Blast. Oh, good. They're just ignoring the super injured guy. Between that and the Gondian who warped into the rafters earlier for safety, it looks like we'll probably get out of this without Hellfire Watcher immediately jetpacks up to the rafters, nearly cleaves the Gondian skull in half, and then ignites him with broiling hellfire that does 66 immunity-ignoring fire damage per turn.
Yep.
Ha! With that guy now basically guaranteed to be super fucking dead, the group spend a minute contemplating just how fucking dead he is before wisely deciding to just cut their losses and focus on protecting the remaining Gondians. With Inu now finding himself in another shut the fuck up dome since the Black Hand thugs have, for some reason, apparently decided he is the biggest threat here. He just gives them a confused shrug over wasting their time before then beginning to angrily curse him out in silence upon realizing that being in a dome of total silence likewise means that he can't use any of his barding instruments. With Inu now sidelined in the angry dome for the time being, Natsu decides to fill the dead air by informing everyone of the news that Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money has finally been spawned into existence, despite current year Star Wars having itself already become a parody of Star Wars. As everyone then attempts to digest this news with various degrees of success, Natsu decides to solo one of the two Hellfire Watchers before flying to a safe distance to deal with another Motivator, only to realize after the fact that one of the Gondians he'd been protecting was now helplessly stuck within the Watcher's blast radius. The reality of this grave mistake having now fully dawned on the group, everyone begins to try and brainstorm any way they could rescue the poor Gondian, with only Inu's turn remaining, before the detonation, only for their train of thought to be cut short at the sight of one of the remaining Black Hand thugs attempting to throw more of the Gondians into the radius of the incoming explosion. There's being evil, and then there's just being a petty asshole. With there thankfully not having been even more Gondians added to the pile, Inu begins to frantically claw through his bag of scrolls in search of anything he could burn to save the seemingly doomed Gondians, only to sadly discover that he didn't have anything that would give them a high enough HP buffer since the blast just does that much damage. With health tanking proving unviable and emergency evac impossible with Inu's available range of movement, everyone all but gives up hope until an exasperated Natsu says, "Screw it, if overhealing won't work, and pushing them or the robot somewhere else also won't work, then how about we just try banishing the Gandhi into a pocket dimension instead?" Which is an idea that's so out there that everyone agrees to give it a shot at risk of the Gondians potentially getting pissed in the process. Banish now cast and the Gondian phased out of the material plane, and uneasy Inu notices that Banish is actually a concentration-based spell, which leads everyone to share a nervous chuckle on his behalf as they give him a salute for luck with the gigantic bounty he now has on his head, as they pray the remaining Hellfire Watcher doesn't immediately come to claim it. Surprising nobody, the remaining Hellfire Watcher immediately makes a beeline towards Inu to claim the bounty on his head, only for it to end up wasting its attack action on the way past to take a pot shot at Natsu and leave itself unable to even attempt to break Inu's concentration despite parking itself directly next to him. With the second Hellfire Watcher's turn having been thankfully wasted, tensions rise as the turn order rolls back around to the original robot as its self-destruct counter reaches 0 and the thing goes up in a blast of hellfire, only for the smoke to eventually clear and reveal the reality-displaced Gondian had successfully phased through the explosion. The sight of Natsu's big brain plan having turned successful sends everyone into a chorus of cheers as the miraculous survivor's fellow Gondians decide to celebrate by running around and punching the remaining Black Hand thugs with taser fists. Caught up in the moment of their victory, everyone begins to excitedly quote old internet memes about buying Luigi boards from Pergan and vegans, only for Inu to eventually realize that he could no longer hear the others join in with him, which leads to him noticing that he got put into a shut the fuck up bubble again for no actual reason. With an inaudible groan, an understandably exasperated Inu kicks the Hellfire Watcher next to him in the shin to set it to self-destruct mode, before casually walking out of its blast radius. Combat now completed, everyone takes a second to rest so they can restore a bit of resources and take stock of the situation, which sees them remarking in wonder over the fact that they somehow managed to get through that whole clusterfuck while only losing a single Gondian in the process because of that dumbass who ran up to hide in the rafters. Having finished catching their breath, the group descend into the lowest level of the factory to arrive at the Neurocitor that controls the Steel Watch Army, only to pause in their tracks the second they take a look into the room and notice how blatantly suspicious as hell it is that something so important is apparently only being guarded by 3 Hellfire Watchers. not even daring to touch that shit until everyone is present because it was just such an obvious trap. Inu heads over to look at some random brain jars on the nearby walls while El and Natsu hash out who gets the brain slug they just found. Inu's inspection of one of the brain jars then leads to the not at all surprising revelation that the Steel Watchers are all controlled by the disembodied brains of disappeared people from around Baldur's Gate, trademark, as if Gortash was a Metal Gear Revengeance villain, which is a revelation that doesn't really play too well with Sarge's already upset stomach. Has anything to do with brains basically always leads to some kind of brain slug connection being formed. Inu begins to temporarily see things through the eyes of the Steel Watcher the given brain was in control of, just as the robot had been readying itself to take care of a dwarf it had caught stealing somewhere in the city. Presented with the options to stop the Iron Beat cop from likely killing the fuck out of the dwarf over what was an incredibly minor crime, Inu of course obliges without question because fuck Gortash, which leads to him getting slapped clean across the face by a DC 25 requirement to succeed. Too committed to the idea to back down now, Inu spends the next few minutes talking about his light-up gamer keyboard as he constantly reloads to try and check again without spending an actual reroll on it, which eventually sees the dwarf being able to run off to his freedom without the angry murder robot turning him to paste in the process. With that whole thing having been collectively agreed to be far more trouble than it was actually worth, the group ignore the remaining brain jars lining the walls of the entryway and almost begin to head over to the Neurocitor before they find themselves stopping in their tracks out of sheer confusion when the game suddenly informed them that Natsu had suddenly started murdering a bunch of zombies somewhere. Natsu's baffling zombie tangent having ended, he finds himself joining up with the others back in the Neurocitor, complete with the new brain slug plugged into his head, so the group can go figure out what kind of trap are awaiting them not far into the room. Unsurprisingly, a trap was awaiting them not far into the room, as upon taking just a few steps towards the Neurocitor, a large elevator suddenly lifted itself out of the ground to reveal a gigantic custom-built Steel Watcher Titan that is essentially a Steel Watcher if they were literally twice the size and also quadrupedal. Marveling at the sheer size of the lad standing before them, Inu demands for someone to translate its weight from fancy speak into freedom units, as El instead opts to ignore thought altogether and charge directly at the thing to Unga it to death. Apparently... What's up, Sarge? You started to say something. Oh. Apparently not being all that smart itself, despite likely being powered by numerous brains, the ultimate ancient gear golem decides to take a swing at El in response while completely ignoring the fact that Karlak presently was covered in a volatile shield which proceeded to literally explode in its face to inflict it with stun and cancel its second attack action. With no one in the moment really being sure why the thing was suddenly stunned because Bio hadn't looked it up for them yet, Inu decides to use his turn in an effort to Eldritch Blast the thing further away from the group, only for this to, predictably, not work because the Freedom Units conversion Inu demanded earlier showed the thing literally weighed just over 2 fucking tons, which leads Inu to dejectedly play his lyre in the corner like a certain red-haired Sandman. Things having now rolled back to the second round, El gets to... Sadman, not Sandman, sorry. El gets to work on trying to chew through the Titan's health pool as the others get to work on the Hellfire Watchers, though sadly can't put much of a dent in the Tungsten Terror due to its resistance to slashing damage. Alright, I'm gonna throw a second speed potion down, then you two get back to work on those Hellfire Watchers. I'm gonna head over to help El with the big boy. Sound good? And Sarge can probably take one of those on their own, so go ahead and deal with the big boy. I could probably use a hand since this thing resists my sword, so if you could get behind it so we could take turns hitting it, that'd be... Crit hit plus Divine Smite 3, 119 damage. Crit hit plus Divine Smite 3, 118 damage. Miss. Bonus attack, 59 damage. Cull the weak. Steel Watcher Titan's mind collapse. The party gains 640 experience. Great. Thank you. Well then, cool. Good to see how I've been totally replaced. I'm so sorry. As was said before, the only reason anyone else gets to participate in combat at this point is because Natsu allows them to.
I finally chose to do damage for once, and boy howdy did I choose it.
With the despondent Karlak now curled up in the corner over being replaced and a regretful Natsu purposefully apologizing behind her, Bio attempts to underscore just how fucking broken Natsu's turbo murder armor is by pointing out that it made it so he could do all that without even having to spec out of all his Natsu things trademark skills, which sees him getting his mouth clamped shut by Natsu in order to avoid making the situation even worse. With the remaining Hellfire Watchers not even being worth mentioning, Inu drops a save in case things go catastrophically wrong and heads over to the Neurocitor to take a look at the thing, and is basically told, whatever the fuck this thing is, it's so ludicrously advanced beyond what the current level of technology should be that it's literally impossible for your dumbass to comprehend it. Taking that insult to his intelligence personally, Inu takes a swift kick at the Neurocitor's main console before then setting us up the racism bomb and running the fuck away with the goofiest damn run cycle animation possible to undercut any potential tension of the moment because his Bard ass never even conceptualized the thought of proper exercise. Now barely making it outside of the factory in time, Inu's absolutely winded character takes a look behind themselves in sheer amazement over managing to not trip and die during that, only to catch sight of poor Xander blindly running away from the wreckage of the building because apparently everyone is just a bunch of jackasses and never bothered to give the guy a heads up for when the bomb was going to go off. Speaking of jackasses, Bongal is in fact a person who exists, as he unfortunately sees fit to remind everyone of when he proceeds to smugly stroll in with an Iron Hand crew in tow to congratulate the group for blasting those pathetic Gondian assholes straight to hell. Before anyone has a chance to let Natsu off his leash to tear the racist fuckstick's head off, however, Xander quickly tries to defuse the situation by bluntly stating that he and the other Gondians were literally enslaved and tortured into making Gortash's robots against their will, and that he'll gladly let the Iron Hands have the city because he just wants to go give his daughter a hug at this point. Unfortunately, but sadly not surprisingly, though, Bongal really is just that much of a racist asshat, and even when told by a blinded slave that there's no reason to start shit because he can have everything he wants since the Gondians just want to go home, he still tries to start shit anyway and readies his lynch mob to slaughter the Gondians in the middle of a crowded public street. Sure, that'd look so good for the public perception of the Iron Hands, you dumb bastard. It's at this point that Barkus finally decides he's just fully done with Bongo's racist tirades and literal genocidal tendencies as he barges into the scene to make one final attempt to get his dumbass friend to listen to reason, or else Barkus will be forced to take over leadership of the Iron Hands for the sake of saving them from being tainted by Bongo's racist murder boner. It's at this point, when presented with the sight of his best friend pleading for him to just fulfill the baseline requirement of being a decent person, that Bongo shows that he really is just truly beyond any hope of redemption whatsoever, as he orders the Iron Hands to kill Barkus where he stands for having dared to ask him to not be so racist. For their part, at least, the Iron Hands take one long look at the situation they've been forced to be in, and the frankly unconscionable order they were just given, and decide that they're also finally done putting up with Bongo's insane bullshit, as they holster their weapons and walk over to welcome Barkus as their new leader, which is confusedly narrated by Xander as if he was an officially sanctioned witness to the transaction, despite the fact that he really shouldn't have had any idea what just happened, since that was all a completely wordless exchange on the Iron Hand's part. It's at this point where Bongo just cannot help himself but make one very final mistake, as he very bluntly states that he will come back to personally cleave Barkus' skull in half with his hammer, even though cutting things isn't how hammers fucking work in the future, which the group takes as being their signal to finally have free reign to send his racist ass straight to hell where it belongs. Unfortunately, though, as was mentioned previously, all of Bongo's final racist tirade was happening in the middle of a very crowded public street, which leaves the group in the predicament wherein attempting harm upon Bongo would immediately aggro everyone in the vicinity, including the Iron Hand for whatever fucking reason, despite how obvious it was that he just made a direct promise of murder on someone. Completely unwilling to even entertain the notion of allowing Bongo to live past the day for very justified reasons, mind, the group decide his ass is dying this session, no matter how much hassle they need to put up with to accomplish it, and begin to stalk him through the docks of the lower city in order to plot out a good spot to disappear him without any prying eyes to witness it. Much to everyone's surprise, however, it turns out that Bongo didn't need anyone's help to make himself disappear to begin with, as after stalking him a good ways through the docks, the jackass suddenly decides to pull a Harry Potter and just fucking vanishes after passing behind a stone pillar. Now utterly confused and even more determined to see their God-given mission through, the group reload to a prior save so they could hopefully catch Bongo earlier in his path using one of Natsu's greater invisibility scrolls, only for the bastard to somehow remember he was being followed through timelines and end up taking a completely different path through an even more populated portion of the city. Now outright refusing to let the seemingly omniscient jackass get away, the group reload once again so that Natsu can throw on his greater invisibility to stab him as soon as the chance presents itself, only for him to end up thoroughly pissed off when people end up immediately seeing through his greater invisibility as soon as he does anything, despite that apparently not being how that specific form of invisibility is meant to fucking work. Guess that explains how the ladies in the water temple kept seeing him sneaking around when invisible.
Yep.
Having now somehow found a way to be even angrier than they already were, Natsu decides to just forego the subterfuge and turns invisible to stab Bongle on the spot after the reload, which only serves to piss himself off more when he's subsequently spotted by a dozen different people despite being completely invisible. Now done with invisibility forever and wishing for whoever decided greater invisibility should function exactly the same as normal invisibility to step on a Lego, Natsu decides the game can fuck itself and asks Inu to pull open Suzumushi I cannot pronounce this man's Bankai. Suzumushi Suishiki. There we go. Got it. So they can just use the Tosen dimension to stab the fucker to death in broad daylight and be done with it. Unsurprisingly, ripping open the Tosen dimension worked flawlessly since Bongo sure as fuck wasn't Kenpachi, which allows Natsu to atomize the bastard with repeated divine smites to the face before awkwardly walking out of the smoke to say, "Oh no, that man died. It's such a mystery as to how this happened," and leaving with no one the wiser. The ultimate goal of any RPG of killing the CEO of racism now accomplished, the group book it back to camp as fast as fucking possible before any of the nearby NPCs have a chance to grow a brain cell, where Natsu hastily proceeds to wash all the bongo blood off himself in preparation for the night's festivities. Initially confused over what the hell Natsu was even talking about, it quickly dawns on everyone what he meant once he laughs about how pissed off Will is going to be, which leads to them nervously chuckling over how the stream is in danger. Before they have long to think about everyone else having to potentially face the consequences of Natsu's actions, Sarge rather unhelpfully points out that Lae'zel apparently has something to say, which causes Inu to let out a prolonged sigh as he slowly walks his way over to her tent. Ugh. Alright, fine. What do you want, Lae'zel? Ugh. Alright, fine. So as you know, our language literally doesn't have a phrase to say thank you. Right. I am, too, a Githyanki, yes. So, of course, I am familiar with the ancient customs of our language. So I can for sure say what you claimed is definitely for real, a for real thing. Mm-hmm. Right. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is thank you for saving me from Orin's grasp. Wow, was it really that hard for you to say? There has literally never once been a harder ordeal in my entire life.
I just want to state, as you were saying that, it cut out super hard for me.
Yep. Which was thematic.
Appropriate, yeah.
Yeah, very appropriate.
Everyone having now shared a laugh over how much they dislike Lae'zel, Inu takes a step over to hear what Will's dad wanted to talk about, only for him to immediately start with his jackass rating set to 11, as he absolutely tears into Will over finding out about the devil pact he signed with Missouri, which leaves the group groaning in annoyance while Minsk excitedly watches from the sidelines since he apparently enjoys melodrama. Simply lacking the patience to deal with this nonsense after all the shit he just went through with Bongle only a few minutes ago, Inu jabs Will in the rib to make him go over and flick the ornery jackass in the forehead to switch his brain slug on, which instantly forms a mental pathway between him and his son so that Ravengard could see the actual reason why Will is all demoned up now. Now realizing that his dumbass son isn't a traitorous jackass who sold his soul to the devil for the sake of stealing his father's political power, Ravengard gives a sincere apology to the group and Will for how he was acting, and goes on to talk about a bunch of shit the group already knew about regarding the big dragon sleeping beneath the city, which the game treats as information we didn't already know about, because it doesn't really seem to know how to handle convincing Will to rip up his pact contract and then still saving his dad anyways. Even down to handing Inu a second copy of the book that Ravengard's dumbass lackey already handed him months ago. The crisscross timey-wimey bullshit now over with, Inu chucks the dragon book over his shoulder into the harbor below and starts to walk back to the campfire to cook dinner before noticing that now Will also has something to say, only to be beaten to the punch by an annoyed Missouri making it over to him first. Once Will has subsequently finished gloating over the group saving his dad, since Missouri told him he'd at least earned that much for pissing her off so thoroughly. Missouri is then quick to establish that even though the group had managed to save Will's dad, it actually kind of doesn't matter in the long run, as, per the terms of the fine print of Will's old contract, she is legally obligated to kill Will's dad eventually, and there's nothing Will or the group can do about it. With Missouri's bit now over with Inu actually talks to Will proper this time, which largely just sees him talking about how that big dragon is most likely sleeping beneath Worm's Rock Prison, so literally right beneath Gortash's house, as well as some vague hints about torches being part of the puzzle to wake the thing up. Once Will then finishes talking about how reuniting with his dad has been sort of a mixed bag, Inu once again starts to make his way over to the campfire to cook dinner, only to once again find himself interrupted, albeit with the culprits this time being an arguing Minsk and Jahira. As would be expected, the bulk of the argument boils down to Jahira being cranky over Minsk being so empty-headed that he ended up charging in to attack the Absolutist cult on sight back before he got captured, while Minsk is mostly just confused about why Jahira would be so upset over him being so empty-headed when she knows that's just how he rolls. With Jahira eventually repenting by essentially saying, "I am surrounded by idiots," she tells Minsk to stop calling her a witch, affectionate, because there will not be a single healing ointments or bombs they'll receive from her, which cuts Minsk deeply because Boo at least deserves to be having the bombs and ointments. Shouting match between old friends now over, the group finally get to actually eat their damn dinner, which sees Inu pulling out a banquet of pizza and pulled pork served with the fanciest of choices of alcohols for everyone to properly celebrate the long-awaited defeat of their greatest arch-nemesis, Bongal. Everyone now drunk off their asses from partying and on the verge of passing out from too much pork pizza, everyone but Natsu barely managed to claw their way into their beds before shutting down for the night. Speaking of Natsu, though, he doesn't quite manage to make it that far, as upon approaching his own bed, he finds himself unsurprisingly getting interrupted by a pissed-off Missouri, who says some stuff about tormenting his soul for all eternity before then violently tossing him into a hell portal, so the two could have some alone time to make up for the group constantly thwarting her devil plans. Sending some real mixed messages there, Missouri. After spending a while in the black screen dimension with no one to watch their activities except for a likely sobbing emperor as he's forced to watch on from his cuck chair inside of Natsu's head. Don't want to say the squid-faced jackass deserves such a tragic fate, but I'm also not going to say he didn't either. Missouri tosses a barely coherent Natsu back out of the hell portal a few hours later as he desperately attempts to comprehend everything that he did and had done to him. Given Missouri's flair for the dramatic, though, she of course decided to kick Natsu out of her sex dungeon portal directly in front of Will, which leads the guy to just cup his head in his hands in pure exasperation for a moment, before finally managing to say, "Really, man? Really? Infinite people in the world for you to hook up with, and Missouri was the one you had to pick. Get your damn life together."
Fair.
After Will then walked away, he felt he needed to get a shower after learning about what, or rather who, Natsu just did. The group hopped back into the city right next to the site of Bongo's public execution and starts setting all their daily buffs back up again, and after taking a moment to appreciate just how quickly the crows managed to pick apart Bongo's mangled corpse, must have looked like that scene from the end of We're Back, a Dinosaur Story. The session ends with the group taking a moment to decide what the hell to do next time, with the general consensus being that they're probably too lazy to actually bother with Will's dragon quest if it requires adding him to the party, which Bio heavily disagrees with on the grounds that A, he wants to see the dragon, and B, they could make Will's character sheet into something incredibly stupid in the process.
Okay.
Good.
Ah. Right, so. Well, what are we gonna do today?
You might want to check your inventory. You might be a little over encumbered.
The same thing we do every day, Inu. Try and take. Wait a minute. Wrong line.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem, actually.
Take what you want, send the rest back. I'll put them in storage. I just realized I'm sitting on a bunch of scrolls that I'm just not using, and I was like, all right, let's see what Inu wants. Yeah.
Billions of scrolls. Yeah, that is...
Oh boy.
I actually
The-
Sarge might want some of those too, because he's a full-blown spellcaster that could cast that stuff.
Question is, can I dump enough random potions out of my inventory?
Send me the potions.
So
Oh, especially that Cloud Giant strength, absolutely.
that one's mine. I might need that for something
Okay.
eventually.
Fair enough, yeah. I'm nerd. Yeah, look at us with our giant collections of books and scrolls.
And potions.
But yeah, until I get a specific pair of gloves from fuck, what was the area called? It was the Hell Vault thing that we had to go get magical artifacts out of. There's a pair of gloves in there that sets your strength super duper high. I have to use Cloud Giant strength elixirs until I get those gloves, so I can continue to be pack mule without being over encumbered all the goddamn time.
I will admit right now, I did not expect to hear something I haven't heard in years. And We're Back was so low on the list of things I expected. All I can say is, holy shit. What was that asshole's name? Was it Professor Screw-Eye?
So, sorry.
Was it real?
Who's back?
God, I don't remember at this point.
It
That
was.
sounds right. Yeah. Okay.
Because as soon as you mentioned the crow seemed like, oh god. Oh god.
I do have a bunch of hill giant strength elixirs though. Don't need to hang
Okay.
out of those.
Hills, yes.
Resistance to radiance damage, elixir of the Colossus. Actually, that one might be funny to throw at Karlak. Just make Karlak huge.
Karlak, so hot right now.
You don't know the half of it.
I mean, you do have what amounts to a demonic engine in your chest right now, so quite
Oh.
literally, you're so hot right now.
Yeah, actually, I don't need these scroll of feather falls. These can go over to Sarge in case he needs them.
Willow, is this actual work story time, or is this playing D&D with the work friend story time?
I don't think they can't be the same thing.
I mean, fair. Also, how many typos do you think there'll be, since we know she's doing this on her phone?
Hmm.
And suddenly I can hear the sigh and, God damn it, you.
A bajillion.
Also, I had meant to comment earlier, but did not want to interrupt Inu. Willow, do not bite your thumb at thee, simply because then your typos will get worse.
I'm actually making like shocking reductions to my weight here.
Yay!
Wait. You're
Oh.
doing weight reduction?
Why am I holding that?
Sweet.
Why am I holding that? I don't know.
Oh, I think my cat's sleeping next to me. I saw 3 of her paws just start twitching in midair.
Yeah, I would say you have a very sleepy kitty going on.
Hey, you're not encumbered anymore.
I am not encumbered.
It's a miracle.
Yay!
I mean, putting literally anything ever into my inventory will instantly encumber me again, but
That's par for the course.
whoops.
Oh, right. I think it's still in my camp chest? Yeah, I'm not seeing it in my bag. What was the cloak that was part of Sarge's build?
1 second.
I don't think it's going to be the one I stumbled across, but it does have crit reduction on it, so I wanted to be sure.
Cloak of the Weave.
No, okay, that wasn't the one I saw. The one I saw had crit reduction, but only if you were like hidden or like hidden in shadow or something like that.
What the hell? Okay, my big bag of scrolls is now heavier than ever.
Okay.
I mean, Willow, I'm not overly surprised by that. I mean, let's face it, there's all the various ways that people not only mishear things, but there's also the fact that, as all of you will remind me, not everyone has seen everything. And not everyone had a childhood, damn it.
Just dump all of these keys into Natsu's inventory as well. Because that'll help a little
Besides,
bit.
how many times have I shocked the hell out of this particular friend group when I actually get a reference to something?
Alrighty, cool. Anyways, yes. Yeah, on one hand, you have an entire fucking library in your part. On the other, your inventory never been so neatly sorted. I mean, it has been equally neatly sorted way back at the beginning when I didn't have any scrolls or whatever. Of course, now if I really want to clean up my scroll bag, I need to actually merge all of the scrolls together. So I don't have, like... I really wish it would just do that automatically, but... doesn't want to. Also, those chromatic orbs don't want to stack for some reason. I love it when that happens.
Love it when a plan comes together.
And plans being together are generally a good thing, I think.
I would say usually.
Oh, wait, is 20 the 20 is the maximum stack size? Hey, did
And
you
also,
guys know
Will,
there's a maximum stack size on scrolls? It's 20.
And I was going to say, Willow, the why the fuck did, or were your coworkers watching it? The short answer is because you made them.
Watching what?
What was it? Camelot story from, was it Quest of Camelot or Quest for Camelot?
But yeah, as the holder of many scrolls, yes, I did know that the scroll stack limit was 20. Did you know that the potion stack limit is 99?
That makes sense.
99 lift balloons. Wait a minute.
I had time to tell a whole ass work story in chat, and he was still doing inventory management. Wow.
What was the work story, by the way?
Alright, so work story time with Willow. While just really trying to avoid getting actual work done after meeting, we started talking about scenes in TV and movies that don't match their audio. Naturally, I brought up Quest for Camelot as the original source of the song The Prayer. No one, and I mean no one at work believed me that the scene in the movie was in fact playing that song. So naturally, needing to prove I was right, I then made my coworkers watch Quest for Camelot on YouTube. Which was funny largely because it led to one coworker uttering the sentence, what the fuck sort of fever dream is this Camelot story, and why the hell are you making us watch it? I had time to tell a whole ass work story in chat, and you're still doing inventory management. Wow. And now you're caught up.
The ogre's butt.
The ogre's butt.
No, Quest for Camelot is such a beautiful fucking train wreck.
I love it. It's so stupid.
It is. But between them convincing Gary Oldman to just say the line, the ogre's
The
butt.
ogre's butt.
The ogre's butt. With no content or context. Between the blind guy singing an entire song about why the girl can't go with him, only for the song to end and for her to go, so can I go with you? And for him to just suddenly go, yeah, sure, why not? To like, it's so fucked, man. It's to the prayer playing in a stressful chase scene. The prayer, which was written for that movie. Ugh.
Oh, so I still have 6 potions of flying on me for some reason.
Well, yeah, I just
I
handed you a
haven't
bunch
needed
from
them.
my inventory.
Ah, perfect. I'm sending those to Karlak because I can fly on my own, and I want Karlak to be able to fly.
They fly now?
They
Oh,
fly
she sure
now.
does.
Oh my word.
Meaning absolutely nowhere is safe now for you.
Yes.
I have. Aw.
Do you have, huh?
I have almost 18 of them now?
Hell yeah. Probably as I handed all of mine off to you before.
On
Or
demand
something's just
elbow
tracking
drops.
really weird with my inventory. I'm gonna go with something's tracking weird.
Nah, I'm gonna go with you just have 18 of them now.
I see a stack of 9 and a stack of 6.
Yeah, the 6 I just passed off to you.
You really should have said you had a stack of 6 and a stack of 9. Then that would have been nice.
Nice. Alright, so has anybody figured out what we're doing while I was doing inventory management? Because, like, the
No.
closest thing to where we are is that cache to the north, just past the lodge. So I guess we could head for that. I mean, I know we gotta go back to the... We gotta go back to, like, the middle, like, bridge transition place to go beat the crap out of Gortash at some point.
We also have a lost child to find, I believe.
Oh, yeah, we
What
gotta
the
go
fuck
find...
am I carrying 3 shovels?
That I
You
don't
could
know.
dig it. It's simple. You dig it.
Yeah.
You dig.
Haha. You're so funny.
We all know I'm not funny. We all know I'm barely tolerable as a human being.
Why is there junk I don't even remember picking up in my inventory? What the fuck?
Oh.
Okay.
It's a great question. I don't have an answer.
No, he's on the move. Where's he?
Well, I said where I was going.
Where?
To the cache to the north, I believe you were saying was first.
Yeah.
Game, please let me find... Oh, for fuck's sakes.
No.
I see. And is there
I
a
see
waypoint?
skies of blue.
No, I just gotta start running that way.
Red
Okay.
roses too.
Oh, hey, there's another vendor over here. Hello, vendor. Oh, you're just a newspaper guy. Never mind. Oh. Hey, I found a warp point. Y'all can just zip up here.
Yay!
Thank the
Yay.
Lord.
A warp point and a vendor. It must be my
Yeah,
birthday.
but the vendor is literally just a child selling newspapers. We all know how that goes.
Boo! I'm still gonna go check it out.
I am
no
a
trouble.
dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Okay, there's 20 gold in here.
I'm not ready to proceed.
What?
You're not ready to proceed. What?
Nani the actual fuck?
A hyena ear. An ochre jelly slime. And a fire amber.
So you stopped queuing because you felt funny?
The brain. It's here. Stay away from the gate.
Okay, you found the big brain. Stay away from the gate.
Do you think we could
Didn't we
swim
also find the big brain down in the sewers?
through the river?
Yes.
Thought
Yeah.
so.
Alright, well, we found the big brain twice now. Good to know.
Do Dear God, they're multiplying.
All right, good news. We dealt with the cache. Where?
Yay,
I mean,
cache.
I guess finding the child is probably the next closest thing. So
Also, Bio raises a valid point, dear. You have 3 shovels because you have 3 targets.
Oh
3
God!
people you
A
have to
shovel
kill.
for each body. Oh no!
well, she's already killed you and I.
Yeah.
There's just one person left.
Shit!
And again, you've given her a means to follow you into the sky.
I know.
So
But
now you really have nothing but, no one but yourself to blame.
butterfly in the sky, she can fly
Come on.
twice
Let's
as
go twice
high.
the sky.
Let's get it
Take a
on.
look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow.
Here we go again.
Survival failed.
Diggy, diggy, diggy. Now, where did you fail the survival check?
It was like right near me here.
You are over here somewhere?
It was by this cart of
Artist.
cabbages.
Ah,
More cabbages.
My cabbages! Nope. Sarge also failed the
Fail.
survival.
yay!
Artemis is peanut butter and jelly. You don't want that.
Peanut butter jelly time,
know
peanut
that.
butter jelly time.
Way yet, way yet. Now there you go, there you go. Why is that chest stealing?
That is a great question. Okay, investigate
Blushing mermaid.
investigate the blushing mermaid. Well, there's some suspicious water on the stairs. And a guy just passed out on the ground up here.
I hope that's water and not something else.
It says water.
It does. It says water.
Captain Grizzly.
There's like multiple
Are you a
people
bear?
passed out on the floors up here, actually.
They're drunk and having a grand old time.
Yeah, this seems to be a place of real revelry.
Now we got Slog and Bruno and Domicus back there.
No, we don't talk
Okay.
about Bruno.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
And dealing with that other guy just seems like a slog.
The jokes, they write themselves.
Hmm.
You know, you could probably make some money off playing for these people.
Probably.
I'm assuming you still have that achievement to get.
Which achievement?
Earning 100 gold by playing music.
I demand everyone cease being drunk immediately. It's unfortunate that they don't like pay you until you actually finish your performance.
Hey,
Oh yeah, 3 gold.
toss a coin to your Shelly.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
Oh, valley of plenty. Oh, valley of plenty. Whoa.
It's a shame that that show
Got
never.
absolutely
fucking ruined it?
bodied. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a cellar. The
They had a
basement.
bona fide ticket to like something really
Printing
good,
money.
and they
Yeah.
fucked it up.
Yep, I sure did.
Fire wine barrels stacked against a suspicious wall.
Hmm,
Hmm.
definitely nothing going on there.
No, definitely not.
See? Nothing going on there.
Actually, genuinely shocking.
There you go.
Oh, is this the real bar?
Hold on, where did that cellar?
Investigation failed.
Aw.
I will just point out, when we were on the way down here, because apparently the door I came through was the door back up, even though it had us standing next to a different door, there was an opulent chest in that room that... No, not this door, the other door. The door we actually came through. For some reason, it puts us next to this door when we go down there, but the other door, like that door over there, is the one we actually came through in the first place.
Mhm.
Anyway, good luck not getting caught.
Okay, bye.
Perception successful.
What have you perceived?
Oh, there's an opulent chest.
There's a lever. What
That's
the,
a lot of skulls by that mushroom.
what does skulls by
Oh,
mushroom?
there's a mountain of skulls by it, yeah.
What?
Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
I'm not allowed to come in. Okay.
The door's closed. There's a wall that's locked.
I wonder what's beyond the wall. 'Cause after all, it's a good question.
Medium toughness, you say, huh? Oh, there's a trap,
Hmm.
is there?
Nothing worth taking out of that chest. Back into the basement I go.
Yeah, so much for a locked chest or locked door. Locked my ass.
What did you perceive?
Auntie. Oh boy. Well, tripwire for one.
Also, are you still wearing armor? Because you look like you're just
Huh?
dressed like a king.
I switched glamour.
Uh,
Girls.
there's mushroom down here.
Yeah. You remember what I said about hags essentially being giant fungi?
Yep, that's pretty much what I
They're not
figured.
particularly fun, but yeah.
Yeah,
they're
when I
kind of
saw
assholes.
NPCs talking about Auntie, I was like, oh. We're in a hag's den.
Yep, I mean, it sort of screams Hag's Den, yes.
Gnarly cauldron.
Ah, gnarly cauldron, dude. Sick nasty.
Righteous.
Sick fucking nasty, bruh. So, what's through that locked door over there, El? Anything fun? Traps?
There's a trap.
So there is. Tripwire only has 5 health. I can probably just Eldritch Blast it out of the way.
I don't want to attack it because I don't know what this is going to do. I don't trust it one bit.
Oh, hey, there's some people wearing masks of terror back there. Also, Captain Grizzly's down here.
Captain Grizzly.
Oh, she was upstairs.
She was upstairs. Now she's down here.
I don't like that.
The proprietor of the Blushing Mermaid. Level 8 human. She is wearing an Ephemeral Whispers mask.
Hmm.
I wonder if that means those are all red caps upstairs or something similar.
Could be. Could be.
I want Auntie to
Yeah,
be
where'd you all go?
Treasure, treasure. Everywhere.
Oh, down there. Haha.
Down.
Mm-hmm.
Perception failed. Well, I broke the tripwire, but apparently there's still something over here that's... Oh, there's a fuck ton of wyvern poison on the ground, by the way.
This'll be fun.
Ah, a vent.
Mask on the table.
Where's my rogue gear? There it is.
Treasure, treasure. Everywhere.
Yeah, non-lethal damage time.
Camera, I would like to see what's up a level.
Okay, let's just remember the lesson that we learned last time about these masks.
Do not remove them.
Do
for
not
one thing.
loot the masks.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we ever made any of the Hagsbane stuff. No.
This place. Why does it remind me of Auntie
Journal
Ethel's
updated.
home?
Save Vanra.
Boy, I fucking wonder why it reminds me of Auntie Ethel's home. You know? It's a
How did we trigger
fucking mystery.
non-lethal again?
Yes, we have Hagsbane. It's in my inventory.
Okay. It's...
Because it's what, a toggle that gets turned
yeah,
on?
it's a toggle. I think it was like a hotbar thing that you had to have set.
Ah, passives. Under passives is the non-lethal damage option.
Yes. Marina was right about Hag being involved. The Blushing Mermaid cellar looks just like Hag's there, and you speak to the owner, Captain Grizzly, about this. Except Captain Grizzly's down here, so
Captain
there's
Grizzly is down here.
there's a good chance that they are Auntie. Or at least in cahoots with Auntie.
So, should we talk to the Captain Grizzly upstairs? I mean, that
You
seems...
can
it's-
you can if you want to.
Okay. I shall go do that thing. Sounds like a great idea. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it sounds like the type of decision your character would make.
Hello, Captain Grizzly. Examine. Hey, when you examine Captain Grizzly, she's a level 11 hag. Man, I fucking love examine. So,
I love
So should I turn off non-lethal considering?
yeah, here's the question. Do we even bother with the downstairs, or do we just murder the goddamn hell out of this hag?
Well, there might be issues if we do the fight up here, because those might be regular people over in the regular inn portion.
I'm gonna go ahead and just turn off non-lethal if this turns interesting.
There are humans over there, yes. Well, I've got a save down. So,
We all know you're going to talk to her first.
yep.
Can't a captain be bloody hungover in peace? Oh. Why, hello there. Captain Grizzly at your
Yeah,
service.
you remember us, Auntie?
What can I do for a long drink of water like yourself?
Hello, I am a bard.
Afraid I've got that covered already, mate. They ain't tuneful, but they are cheap as piss.
Okay, never mind. Direct option. Hi, I've been in your basement.
You what? Oh. Well, aren't you the shittiest little spoil sport?
Guess there's no point in wearing this old thing anymore.
Yes, that's exactly what I was getting at, Ethel. Hello again.
Hello.
What? I'm sorry.
that say
Did that
hag
hit?
pregnancy?
Yeah, I thought I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Yes, do you see the belly?
What?
She swallowed a child. That's
Yeah,
what the hag's
Hags
bane
eat,
is supposed
hags
to
eat
do.
children. Remember?
She's trying to make a new hag by ingesting her and turning her.
Well, do we actually want to talk this through, or shall we just, save this
I
child?
mean-
I mean, we're gonna save her no matter what, so do what you want to leading up to it.
No, I'm just gonna put this I'm just gonna put this bitch down. Let's go.
Alright.
Ah, not so fast, Petal. You wouldn't hurt a pregnant woman, would you?
Yes.
Little Vanra was so very tasty. I'd hate for her to go to waste.
Don't worry. Not a problem.
Oh my god.
I'm already showing.
Gross.
Doesn't it suit me so well? Vanra sits in my belly, growing fat with power. In time, I'll vomit her up and have myself a fresh young hag to train. Unfortunately, that leaves me in a pickle. For while I'd love to rip your guts out, I shouldn't. Exertion is bad for the baby, you know. So, walk away. Walk away and let me a fine hag make.
Auntie, we wrecked your shit back when we were like level 4. We're now level 12.
What? No tricky offer for me, hag? No incentive?
It is a little insulting that there's been no attempt.
You want to negotiate? You lost that privilege when you killed me, you little shit. Stay and die. Or
Now I wish I was
walk away
playing a barbarian.
and live.
And dear, you should know exactly why.
Alright, surrender the child.
Or what? You'll kill me, touch me, and the girl dies. And I'll simply return, stronger than ever.
Uh-huh.
A woman in my condition should be relaxing in the bath, not dealing with this nonsense. I'll leave you to my crew, matey. And should you somehow survive, stay away, or Vanna will suffer.
And she poofed.
She did.
Do I have to switch back to non
No,
lethal?
it's red caps up here.
Oh, good. Let's go here. 85 per, huh?
Oh, I didn't see Purvis in the channel.
Purr's here? Hi, Purr.
No, I was making a joke because Sarge said 85 per here.
What do you know? Bert the Weasel Adams, Flaming Pete, Maggoty Jim, and Candelabra. Oh, as well as Blunder Bob and Silas Silvertongue. We're all red caps. Oh no, Blunder Bob is casting Bloodlust on Maggoty Jim to heal him for a maximum of 18 health.
The Bloodthirsty Cry fills one of its allies with Bloodlust. It heals when it kills a creature and can attack 3 times. So I'm assuming it's going to try and kill one of the patrons.
Probably, but I'm not
Do you
sure.
want me to counterspell it?
Which one is it targeting? Maggoty Jim? Maggoty Jim will get its turn before we have a chance to kill him, so...
It may be worth it, if only to keep it from killing some of the, you know...
Yeah.
Like these.
Yeah. Oh, it still got
Didn't
bloodlust.
work.
And it looks like it's concentration from what I saw.
Oh, you should still be able to counterspell it. It must be, it was a higher level than what you used counterspell at.
Well, that was a 3rd level spell slot, so it's above
Well,
level 3.
he's apparently decided not to go for the...
Fascinating.
I have all my combat gear on, right? Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah. Snape's actually Two Toes Risher. That's two. That's true. I prefer his name being Candelabra though.
What?
No,
No.
didn't have the. I thought it was maybe they had some kind of status condition thing that allowed them to survive a lethal hit. No, I think I actually just hit for almost lethal damage and left them at
You
1.
hit for 84, yes.
Yeah.
I just checked the combat log. 74 piercing, 8 thunder, and 2 acid. Oh man, look at all the experience we're getting, you guys.
Yeah.
I love experience.
XP's. Is that bad? Am I dying?
I love gold
certainly hope so.
experience. Requiems.
Oh.
What? What?
What?
Dude knocked you over, jumped over to Sarge, and turned around and ran back to stand next to you.
It's a choice.
It's certainly a choice.
It very much pulled a Karlak.
Hey, don't stand next to my friend. I'll cut you. There's only 2 red caps left, right? 2?
Looking at the bar, 2.
Oh yeah, there's
three.
the
Third one.
3.
3.
3.
I see
Wonder Bob,
one next to
Silas
Karlak.
Silvertongue, and Two Toes Risher.
Where's-
You're probably missing this one over here.
No, that one I saw. Where's the other one? Where's Wonder Bob at?
There's Silas.
Yeah, I
and
saw
then,
him.
Bob is over here.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't see him past the wall. Okay. Because it looks like the quest indicator is telling us to go downstairs now.
Yes, because she has retreated to her hag lair.
Well, I'll just play Battle of the Old Timers for you guys.
Battle of the Alzheimer's.
Well, shit's over there hiding behind some shelves like a coward. Get him, Karlak!
Yeah. Yeah.
Two Toes Richer, stop concentrating on Bloodlust.
Alright, dude.
Ethel again. I was hoping she'd found some remote bog to rot in.
You want a drink?
Alright, so we're going back down the stairs.
Well, she's not made herself immediately visible when I walked in here, so that's unfortunate. I shall progress further. And we should probably put... Alright, non-lethal's back on.
Yeah, fair point.
Dig. I want Auntie to be my wife.
Where the fuck is she? Ah, there's a set of double doors over.
Oh, I found her.
Did you? One of
Yep.
the mushrooms back in there?
I went to go hit one of the mushrooms because I figure it's not going to be good for us, and she was like, "Hey, get fucked."
Slit you from head to heel. Morgans.
Curse of Terror. Frightening it. I'm not going to react to that.
Remember,
Worst
it has
case,
to
I end up
be
running away.
physical melee attacks.
Well, I mean, we do want to kill Ethel.
Yeah, killing Ethel, but I'm saying
first
for
we
the other
gotta
guys.
make her spit up Vanra.
The bastards, Auntie.
I made that save? Holy shit. Alright. I'll take it.
Oh, I'm prone.
Just use my aura of protection is inexplicably turned off again.
What about physical? Did you not understand?
Defaulted. The thing I'm supposed to do, which is pew, pew, pew.
And now you've murdered this person. Good job.
Sure did.
Alright, I'm done for the night. I'm just done.
Well, at least they weren't named, so there's that.
It's just generic mask of terror, so. It's just like I just said.
Nope, I'm done.
Physical only.
I'm just gonna go ahead and leave call, drop out of the game. You
No.
can take over the NPC.
No! Don't you dare.
Okay, Sarge just did a Karlak.
Yeah.
I like that she gets 3 turns, just anti-Ethel, who's...
Well, she has clones, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of her shtick.
I forgot.
If I wanted my growth seen to Petal, it wouldn't be you I'd call.
Is that actually her? Is it her?
I don't think I am...
Do you have magic missile to try and hit her with to try and do minimal damage and see if it pops an illusion or not?
Do we know where her other hers are?
No, because they're invisible,
Oh.
unfortunately. Oh, actually, do I have my...
I could... I mean, if we
Wait,
had a
never
general
mind.
idea of where they were, I could
Hold on,
fireball
hold
the
on.
area.
No, hold on. Where is...
Well,
Where are my potions of speed? There they are. Drink. Okay. Now, they haven't had their turn, so I believe they're all going to be in, like, this area. But first, let me... Wait.
oh, no, there's one over there.
Oh, yeah, so there is. Alright, hold on. My fairy fire from my racial randomly disappeared off my bar, so now I need to that put back? There we go. Okay. Alright, so we already know that one's over there, so let's try and, like, fairy fire this area. Sure. Do it. Okay, so there are no clones definitively in that area. Because otherwise they would have shown up with the fairy fire.
Right.
Hmm.
Ah, the other one's too far away. I can only hit the close one with a magic missile.
You can still throw the rest of the magic missiles at, like, one of the masks, because it's not going to be enough to kill them.
Yeah.
But it still gets damage on them to make it easier to knock them out. Oh, okay, that's the real one.
That's the real one.
Alright, so that's the one I need to throw the Hag's Bane potion at next turn, because I'm out of actions for this turn. Also means I'm going to go stand right here. Or maybe on the other side. There we go. Oh, I still have more attacks. Oh, I do still have more attacks. Oh, wait, hold on. Knocked out. Okay. But I cannot take the mask, so that stays. Okay, now let me get back to the other side. Stop her from running over this way. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, she has magic resistance in her lair. Okay.
Ray of Sickness. Level 1? Oh, whatever. I'll just do Psionic Backlash to make her take damage. And that pops the clone.
Okay, invisible passage. Ray of Sickness. Oh, there's a good chance I can make that miss.
Yeah. Rude.
Insect plague on 2 targets.
4 to 40 damage. Make the area difficult terrain and impose disadvantage on perception checks and something. something.
How about no?
Yeah.
Roar! Roar, I'm so scary.
Let's see.
Oh, right. Vengeance hits back. That makes sense.
Hmm.
He barely tickled you.
Yeah.
Like, at most, it could deal 32 damage. If it perfect rolls.
Oh! Okay, I mean, you're still in really good health, but I saw that critical hit pop up, and I was like, that son of a bitch. Oh, hey, they made their wisdom check. Okay, so, Hag's Bane Potion is this. Force a hag that has consumed a child to disgorge it instantly. Yeah, how do I... throw, I guess? 95% chance. Hey, you want to hit me with a quick save real quick?
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Okay, good.
Yep, that's why. Oh, wait, it's still...
Stay down, Vanra! Oh!
That.
Ah! You cost me a fresh young hag. I'm going to paint the wall with your guts, you little shit stain.
Yeah, you fucking wish.
Okay, problem
Huh.
is. Wait.
Honor's
Fastest
running
child
away.
in the West.
Yeah.
Look at how much they moved in a single round of combat.
Wait, where is
Right in
she?
this corner.
Not
How?
only, not only got up from being prone on the ground because she got spit out onto the ground. Or he? It sounded like a young boy, but
Well,
yeah, it's
definitely
a girl.
So, I mean, I honestly don't know.
They've got little pigtails in the back, but like,
Yeah,
it could be, I don't know, whatever.
Sound like a little girl.
They got spit out onto the ground, probably prone, and then got up, ran down that ladder, and ran over to that corner in a combat round.
Vanra doesn't know how to play any musical instruments. Why the hell did we save this child?
Wow.
Oh, we have to hit her with fire for kill, right?
We need to destroy those pearl spore bell mushroom things,
Pearl spore bell mushroom things.
like that one, and that one. But also maybe fire. But it says fungal awakening. Yeah, these pearl spore bells will awaken the hag at the start of their next turn.
I don't know that I can. Can't Eldritch. Man, Eldritch Blast not having its insane range in this game is just tragic.
Yeah.
I don't suppose Magic Missile has a longer range.
Do you have any scrolls of misty stuff?
Well, that would be an action, and then I wouldn't be able to attack. Is the thing?
Oh right, did we determine that using scrolls, even if the spell's
Yeah,
normally
it's
a
an
bonus
action.
Damn.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure, but let me see if I have a. I mean, I do have Misty Step just as a cantrip.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's just a bonus action, so you should be able to still do an attack after that.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to kill these things, but. Came surprisingly close.
Yeah. Oh, I still have another action. Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Help! I'm trapped in the wall.
Come on.
Okay.
Stay idle.
The game stuck my camera in the wall.
Holy shit, I have enough movement for this? Hot damn! Hot damn!
Hot diggity dog. Why did he say this worthless? I don't even know how to play music. That's what the Bard College your friend Alfira was going to open his for. She's a child. She can't go to college. So I do think something somewhere said that we had to kill the hags with fire, though. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh, no.
they are
Curse of Regret on 2 targets.
little fungi bastards.
Fire being requires mentioned the big book of hag slaying forever ago. Yeah, I thought so.
Mm.
Bruh, just be unconscious. Okay.
Yeesh.
There we go.
Hey, it's my turn.
Captain Grizzly. What? Oh. Right, Captain Grizzly's right there. Okay. That puts us out of combat. Pardon me for a moment. Just gonna get my butt over here and put a firebolt into this bitch.
Oh, looter first. No.
Hi, you must
Oh,
be Vanra.
Thought he's still there. Okay.
Mom sent me. No, I'm not your mommy, but I did. Okay, I'm here for your mommy.
Okay. Surprisingly, not good loot on her. The one like item that she had is a very rare ring called Ring of Feywild Sparks. While your Sorcerous Tides of Chaos feature is active, you will always trigger Wild Magic Surge when casting spells. Like, that seems kind of neat, but other than that, yeah, jack shit.
Well, whatever. Point is, we saved that child.
You are the only sorcerer in the group, so here you go.
But I don't have tied to. I'm not a wild magic sorcerer.
Wow. I just know you're the only sorcerer.
To camp with you.
I also got a salty scimitar off
Schemata.
Captain Grizzly. No, there's there's extra R's in parentheses in the name, if you look.
My darling.
The salty scimitar.
Your letter just about broke this old woman's heart. Bucktooth Berta, they call you? Those monsters. Meet me tonight at the Blushing Mermaid, and together we'll sort this all out. You deserve to feel beautiful, Petal, and only I can make that happen. Lots of love, Auntie.
But the scimitar can cast command.
Schemata. Hey, Grizzly, wake the fuck up. Grizzly! No, she doesn't want to wake up. Oh well. Help. This target can't be helped.
No thanks.
Scimitar.
No thanks.
Well, giving her health didn't bring her back to consciousness. I tried.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just go check up on that lady. Back at wherever. Say Venera. She likely returned home. We should visit them. Yes, we should.
Oh, you want to hit me with a quick save real quick? Now that Auntie Ethel's dead, we might be able to remove the masks, and that might wake her up. Yep, I took the mask and she didn't die.
Did she wake up, though?
No.
Okay.
But at least now she doesn't have that stupid mask on her. That might still do shit to her even with Auntie being dead. So one of them died. I looted 2 more masks. There's the other one. I was like, there's still one more that I can take a mask off of.
Did we get rid of all of the mushrooms and stuff down there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, you guys are still down there. You should be able to confirm.
Huh? I'm not down there.
I mean, I don't see any.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we got rid of all of it.
I mean, Journal says we defeated Auntie Ethel. We ought to give her victims the good news. This time of fear and doubt is at an end.
What the fuck?
What just exploded?
What'd I miss?
Hey, you!
Massive explosion.
A drow. There was a building that just went pop, and then a drow walked out of it.
Oh, my silk. What are the chances? It's you. Forgive the mess.
Wait, is that the alchemist from
That's
Act 2?
yeah, it sure is.
Than I'd anticipated. It's a breakthrough in the sanguine arts, the likes of which the world has never seen. The Grand Matriarch will have no choice but to restore House of Blodra after I present her with my research. But listen to me, rabbiting on about myself when I have you, the prize bleeder, on my very doorstep.
What does that mean? Wait,
If
what are you
come
insinuating?
inside, we could discuss something far more exciting than drow politics.
Sigh. Why not?
After
Not
you.
if you lead me first.
I am inspired.
I was about to say, are we about to potentially need a fade to black scene?
I have no idea. Also, you're inspired. Also, she's a merchant. Just by the way.
Yes. I got a lot of good potions off of her in Act 2. I'm attempting to run my ass over there now, so that way I can come try and get...
A cozy little spot, isn't it? These four walls have witnessed greater alchemical triumphs than the keep of Erngath Durand. And now that you're here, the crown jewel of my research is soon to be faceted. All you have to do is drink Formula Gruna.
Formula Gruna. Alright, hand it over. I have no need for questions. Gimme. Gimme.
Oh, marvelous. I've never been so excited for anything in all my days. Just stand over there.
Far
over there.
Sure, I don't like the sound of that.
She didn't murder anybody with that explosion, did she?
I think she's about to make you explode.
Explosive.
Oh my heavens, you lived!
Damn right.
This is incredible. I'm seeing stars.
I also lit you on fire, so that was funny. I am magic incarnate. I have to do better than that.
My friend, I had no such intention. You don't know what this means to me, to my research. You are the world's first detonative exsanguinator. To put it simply, from this day on, your blood goes boom. Big boom.
Oh, man.
It's incredible.
Carlac and I are the ones bleeding all the time.
All it needs is a spark.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I assure you, the pleasure is entirely mine. This research will skyrocket House of Blodra back to the forefront of drow scientific thought. Indeed, it could protect my line for generations. Now, let me offer you a little treat. In exchange for the teensiest vial of your marvelous blood, I'll give you something that'll really throw your enemies for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
I'll only ask a nominal fee in exchange.
Oh, we got money. Don't you worry about that.
Done.
You really are a fine collaborator.
Alright, so. Now, Faith is inspired. Scroll of Disintegrate, Scroll of Fireball, Scroll of Fly, Scroll of Scorching Ray, Purple Worm Toxins, Arsonist's Oil. Gosh, honestly, her inventory is not even that impressive, all things
Ooh.
considered. What a shame. I was expecting something like really quite
Until
awesome.
next time.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, she did give me $315, I guess, so.
Nice.
Did that actually do any... Oops, that's crouch. Did that actually do anything on, like, my character sheet?
We're still alive, so that's progress.
Oh, we're still in non-lethal, by the way. Let me turn that off. Yeah, I don't think I got any new, like... Notable features. Unstable blood. Your blood is now highly flammable and will explode in contact with fire.
Jeez.
Neat.
How much farther can I go?
Everything is going to be all right.
Anyway, Merchant Lady's all yours, not to.
Already in.
That's right. Mummy is here.
Meanwhile, I am gonna go find Vanra and her
Oh.
mom.
She does have a new item in her inventory, though, called Sanguine Explosive. Does 4d8 force and 4d8 fire damage, and it puts a surface of blood on the floor, and also does burning condition for 2 turns. Okay.
Oh, Laura.
I have something to ask.
You brought her back. You brought back my sweet, sweet girl.
Damn right I did. Nah, the hag was my problem. I had a score to settle with that particular hag.
It was everything. I'll never forget it. Here. A token from the pirate life I left behind.
Hold on.
Thank you for being braver than half this city put
Hold on.
together.
Is that Juna?
We could go for a walk. Would you like that?
Wait, was that Juna?
Maybe?
Hold on. Baldur's Gate 3, Laura. Laura, save Vanra. Yeah, Laura. Save Vanra. Laura, voice actor. Because that sounded a lot like Juna there for a second.
Huh.
Wait, but no, it says that's Laura Bailey, though. So that's not Juna, but it's claiming that's Laura Bailey. I guess Laura Bailey just does a very close Juna. I mean, so Amulet of the Windrider and the Duelist Prerogative.
How about we bake something? You love bacon.
Oh, an additional reaction per turn. That's cool.
Ride the Winds. Transform into a cloud, becoming resistant to all damage. Gain advantage on Constitution, blah, 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 blah. Tiny in size. And Gust of Wind. Okay. And then the other one. When your offhand is empty, you score a crit when rolling a 19. Moreover, you gain additional reaction. On a hit with a melee weapon, use a reaction to deal additional necrotic damage equal to your proficiency bonus. And also grants challenge to duel and dueler's enthusiasm. Not bad. She's got a treasured map up here as well.
Oh.
Everything is going to be all
Dueler's
right.
Enthusiasm. When you're not
Promise.
dual wielding, you can make an additional melee attack with
That's
the
right.
dueler.
Mummy is here.
That does sound remarkably like Juna, though. Like, I mean, Laura Bailey is just that good, I suppose, but...
Yeah, now we can go tell the hag survivors.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a
They're just to the
there's a
south of us.
there's another cache near the hag survivors. Like,
Yeah, so I just looked at a treasure map in Laura's house.
okay.
So I'm guessing it's probably to do with that.
Of absolutist rebuttal.
You want them flooding in here, driving down our wages even more?
Probably best Karlak didn't get the fire blood as she turned into an Ouroboros of constant explosions. Yeah. Hey, Mayrina!
She's dead, isn't she? Ethel is dead.
Damn right. Yep.
Fuck you, Ethel, you brat! Fuck you for telling me I'd be an awful mom. That I was nothing but a pregnant half-wit. Oh, and the girl? You saved her too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's traumatized, but alive.
Thank the gods. You hear that, Connor? Ethel is dead.
Oh, you didn't change back. You're still a zombie. I thought with Ethel gone. Never mind. I'll find another way to turn you back.
I
Somehow.
really don't think you will, sheep girl.
I think the persuasion check might be
20.
She doesn't want to hear it, but she has to.
Yep.
Like, listen, you're an adorable sheep. That man is dead. It's only a 10?
10? Okay.
Clearly she knows the truth. She just doesn't want
Yeah.
to face it.
Yep.
Never didn't have it. Holy shit. I was expecting that to be like a 30 or some shit.
I know. Damn it. I know. Connor. I love you. I've loved you since we were kids. And you picked me bluebells and asked me to the summer fair. But you're gone. And this thing isn't you. Not anymore.
I swear to God, if you had picked number 2, I was.
Man, I can't believe you just killed him. No.
Not everyone can be saved. I learned that lesson from Ethel. I just needed you to remind me. Here. Thank you for killing Ethel. But I'd like you to go now. I'll be fine. I know I'm stronger than this. I just need some time.
Holy shit, you guys. Mayrina had a fucking character arc. Also, face semblance. Everyone. You have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Holy shit.
Fucking.
That description. Did you read the description?
Yep.
I will grow stronger.
Ahem. Pass down. Well. All right. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. Hey, did you find that cache, by the way? No? I figured for sure you'd be looting the hell out of that shit while I was busy.
Oh no, I was watching the dialogue. I was invested. Wanted to see what she would say. But I'll fly down to the beach now.
Gonna name her child after he knew. Oh boy.
Your husband is gone. You have to put this thing down. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Holy shit, I can't believe you just killed him. You told me to. I didn't think you'd actually do it. Oh, Zumbo Pumbo. Not Zumbo Pumbo.
What's inside?
Scroll of Odaluk's freezing sphere, pearl, 2 cobalt dye, and an arrow of salving.
Wow. What a waste of time.
Yeah.
Oh
All right. We have find the Diabolist Helsik and reach Cazador's palace.
Yep, we sure do.
Although I don't know if we should do the Cazador thing without Asterion in the party, so this might be another one where I have to temporarily step out.
I mean, I think it's fine. Do we really care about Asterian's story?
No.
I'll leave that one up to L.
I don't fucking care.
I mean, after that man rejected her because he has standards. But anyway, I think Helsik is probably the next thing.
Yeah.
Of all the corpses that could have washed ashore from the underwater Ultramax prison. Oh, poor Zumbo Pumbo. We did everything we could to save people from that, but you know, like there was that group of people that just couldn't figure out how to use the mind palace that was set up, did not die. Zumbo Pumbo is one of the best companion stories in the game.
No, she's talking about Marina.
No, Marina's not a companion.
Oh, Asterion. Never mind. I thought.
Yeah, this edition looks better.
But listen, if he wanted to have his character story investigated, maybe he shouldn't have been a jackass to Elle. It's his own fault. It was the tiny net. It was the tiny net. That's very true.
Goddamn tiny net.
Okay,
It is a net
that
and it is tiny.
That is not the way to go to get to the Diabolist. Why is the Diabolist in the church? Then again, I guess the church does have friggin' terrifying ass gargoyles everywhere. Devil's Fee. There's a merchant. Helsik is a merchant.
Merchant.
I welcome thee to the Devil's Fee, where every hellish curio's a rarity. So merry be, and shop with glee.
Hello. Did you help Gortash retrieve some hellish curios by any chance?
You must be awfully familiar with our esteemed Archduke to know about a thing like that.
No, we were lovers. It was all very steamy.
Oh. So I went to pan my camera over so I could move my character over there.
Uh-huh.
But because I'm up some stairs currently, the camera defaulted to looking at the floor above where y'all are at.
Right.
And there's there's some stuff on the floor. On the ground
I
up
can't
there.
see you pinging. I'm in a conversation. You're gonna have to use your words, friend.
Occultist symbol carved in blood that is like a third of the room in size.
Oh, neat.
My, what a juicy morsel. I didn't think he liked your type.
Excuse you.
Anyway, you seek answers. Lord Mammon seeks coin. I will happily mediate. Make me an offer.
Continue.
Quite the fitting token.
Let it not be said that Lord Mammon's servant does not deal with paupers. But I'm afraid you'll need to offer an awful lot more than that. I'll be keeping the coin, though, of course.
Hello, I'm very persuasive and a warlock.
I'm something of a Diabolist myself. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Never didn't have it.
The first hit's free, eh? Oh, fine. I'll humor you, mortal. Just this once. You stand before Mammon's picklock, latchkeeper of the 9 hells. My business is not information, nor hellish curios. Not really. I break people into the hells.
Oh.
That's my thing. I can reveal to you that I opened a portal for Lord Gortash. Raphael. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I have a terrible memory for names. The only thing that jogs it is coin.
What should I actually have on me?
I can put some in your inventory. Hold on, let me get out of the combo. Let's split off, I don't know, like 10,000? Sure.
I mean, 1 is
yep.
definitely too low. Let me try 100.
10k to Shelly.
I mean, I suppose that'll do. Stingy bastard. Yes, you are quite correct. The Crown of Carsus left the vault, and an opportunity opened for a devil named Raphael. His House of Hope is furnished with a great deal of treasures, many related to Carsus. But alas, he lacks the crown itself. He's rather ambitious. One can only wonder what he has planned for the crown. The answers to that can probably be found within his house.
Uh-huh. Can you help me break into the House of Hope?
What a fascinating proposition. Ludicrous, of course, but fascinating nevertheless.
We are about to break
Very
into
well.
Satan's house to beat him
If
to
you
death,
wish
yes.
to die in Avernus, that's your business.
Mm.
Mine is charging you for it.
Hell yeah.
Of course, such a task will require quite the substantial donation to
Okay,
Lord Mammon's
so we
coffers.
can pay 20,000.
Shut up, Emperor.
Shut
My
up,
gloves are in
Emperor.
there. My gloves are in there and I want them.
Oh. But what if
No,
I could just...
No, because she wants the gloves that I want. If you choose number 2, she wants the gloves.
Ah, okay, gotcha. 25. But we're friends.
And oh, hell yeah.
Never didn't have it. Why did you just say it's a bad idea?
For a fellow diabolist, I can stoop lower. Once.
Once is all we
I
need,
will
baby.
grant a discount. A final discount, mind you.
All right. Let's do it. Journal updated. Free Orpheus.
Aye. The risk almost seems worth it when there's such pretty coins involved.
10,000 money to go
Allow
stab
me to
Satan in the
outline
face?
how this
Hell
is
yeah.
going to work. First, you were never here. We
Aye, aye.
never spoke.
Gotcha.
Aye, aye.
Second, you will perform the rites yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I want absolute deniability. Here's the grimoire and necessary components.
Thank you. I am a master of every form of magic.
Take
Yes, we
this
definitely
key
didn't get these
too.
from you.
It unlocks the ritual room upstairs. There's a blood circle already drawn. Don't ask whose blood.
Aye, aye.
Along with the grimoire and components, Helsik hands you a note containing precise instructions for performing the ritual.
Finally, you were never here.
Never where.
That is of utmost import to remember. Now be gone.
Thank you, fellow Diabolist.
Rather like her.
Now, before I
She's very
go,
straightforward.
My most prospective customer. Welcome back.
what does she
I'm
got?
definitely gonna go
Anything
check out her
fun?
wares.
Gemini gloves.
Oh, I see some pink items in there. Definitely gonna go check those out. Oh,
Targeting foes and allies can target an additional creature.
can target the same twice? Ooh, double guidance. Wow, wow.
Yeah, double guidance. Is Cloak of the Weave. There's Sarge's cloak, by the way.
All right, I'm getting a baby.
Plus
Let's
one
go.
bonus to spell save DC and attack rolls, and also absorb elemental damage once per short rest.
Guidance for each hand.
So yeah, there's Sarge's cloak. I thought that said the shoplifter hat. No, that's the shapeshifter hat. Increase your wild shape charge by 1. Okay. Boreal blue dye, cobalt dye, dark amethyst dye, and lush burgundy.
Ron Burgundy?
Ron Burgundy. I almost
Oh, wait.
wonder if the burgundy or amethyst might be more of the color that I was hoping the pink was going to be, but anyway, I will
Now
get out
you've
of your
seen
way
what I
that
have
you
for
may
you. Remember, discretion is key.
Yeah, I'm practically
as the
drooling a
devil's
waterfall
fee.
over here. So that cloak, it looks like you're taking it just purely for the spell save DC and spell attack roll bonus. What helmet is he supposed to have?
Helmet is the birthright helm.
I don't know what that one is. Okay, just I have a helm on me that gives a +2 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls, which seems like it would be way better than the one he has equipped. I just wasn't sure if that was like intentionally like part
Wait.
of the build, something that I wasn't seeing.
Oh, birthright's what I'm wearing. Hold on, that's supposed to be on you, Sarge.
Yeah.
Because you can actually
Oh,
go
means
to
plus
22,
charisma.
right? Yeah. I didn't realize we were holding that this whole time. Yeah,
hey,
that,
you want
that needs to
this-
go to it needs to go to
You want
fate.
this? You want this Hood of the Weave to replace your helmet that you just gave up?
Yeah, I mean that'll work. And now I'm from Assassin's Creed.
Oh, I was gonna say that looks nice.
Yeah, that's supposed to be your hat, Sarge. Sorry, didn't realize that I was wearing your hat for like a while. That's on
That's
me
fine.
for not paying attention as closely as I should have done.
Oh, that only put his charisma to 20 though.
Yeah,
I guess didn't have enough stat points in order to yeah.
yeah,
that would
because
make
he couldn't like he didn't have the opportunity, like he couldn't respec his stats when he did the character respec, just the like level up ones.
Yeah.
So his bases weren't high enough to accomplish that. Wasn't called Lush Bergen Die. Yeah, true story. Just kind of wondered why the charisma hat didn't go to the sentient Eldritch Blast Gatling gun.
Oh.
Well, because it was helpful with talking stuff,
Huh.
but
So that 10,000 that we just paid her to be able to get into hell,
uh-huh.
I'm about to get all of it back off of her.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
kind of
actually in her inventory.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case.
LOL.
LOL LOL LOBE Corone.
Oh, that's cool. She has a staff that once per long rest can replenish one expended warlock spell slot.
Okay.
You know, I would kind of hope that would be once per short rest instead, but
So
yeah, whatever.
about to get you your Cloak of the Weave.
Ooh.
Just double checking, but yes, it doesn't look like the Cloak of the Weave has been purchased yet.
Nope, not yet. I'm grabbing a bunch of items. Grab you.
And we still need to find you either the Spellmite gloves or the Crater Flesh gloves. We don't have either of those available yet.
Lush Burgundy. I am Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Who put a question mark on the teleprompter? You know he'll read anything up there.
Recipe unlocked for vitriol of putrefied tumor.
Yes.
We also
I
still
bought
need to
those
find the
chemical
Spine
ingredients.
Shutter amulet for Sarge, which we haven't found yet. Then you do have your coruscation and your callus glow rings, which is great. Yeah, you're only missing like a handful of pieces of equipment here, Sarge.
I am sentient machine gun.
Oh.
Das Vidanya.
Okay. Cloak
While Natsu
of
is
the
doing
Wii.
that, I'm going to just
Sent
read
to
some stuff.
safe.
Like this ransom note. My dear sweet Captain Grizzly, I've heard stories about you, and what tales they were. Of mighty battles and magnificent sea monsters. There's a woman who'll never be caught with her knickers down, or so I thought. Imagine my surprise when I nabbed your precious bosun Gannet from under your nose, and so easily. He's quite the resilient little bugger. Hasn't said a peep about you, but he'll break. They always do. Meet me in the Blushing Mermaid's basement, and come alone. Lots of love, Auntie. I can save your child. You've been a silly thing, sweetie. Did I not warn you? Did I not tell you death was coming, for wife and child both? But you didn't listen, and now the love of your life is rotting in the ground. I can't save her, but your babe, your sweet little babe who is the image of her, I can save him, if you're willing to pay the price. Open investigation. Dear citizen, we've received a number of complaints about your business in recent months and believe that it is time we open a formal investigation in accordance with the Public Health Act and Civilian Protection Order. Any attempts on your part to hinder such an investigation or to flee Baldur's Gate during the investigation period will be held in contempt of the Council. Regards, the Flaming Fist. This is just titled Help! What the hells did you do to me? My limbs are moving of their own volition. My blood boils like it's burning oil, and I haven't slept for 10 days thanks to the goddamn voices. You need to fix this. The note goes on, but the rest is illegible as the handwriting is too erratic. Spine Shutter Amulet. That was back in Act 2 in Moonrise? It must be in storage then. There's no way it's not. There's no way we would have missed that.
Yo, look.
A pleated Gortash. Judging by its many wrinkles, this note has been crumpled, unfolded, and recrumpled countless times. Dearest Lord Gortash, your almightiness, resplendent master of Baldur's Gate, thanks to a punishment most just, I've come to know the error of my ways and the wrongness of my heart. I hereby renounce my previous alliances and vow my undying loyalty and service. As proof of my good faith, I'm willing to offer you the names and locations of all gnomes I know who conspire against you. In your infinite wisdom and grace, I am certain you would reunite me with my husband Spanner in exchange. With grave sincerity, Phoenix Lubbins. It was in Isabel's old room up towards the top of the tower. Well, we were definitely in there. I maintain there's no way we didn't come across it.
What was it called again?
It is called the Spine Shutter Amulet.
And what does it do?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I have to look it up.
Okay.
I just made a note of the things.
Yeah.
Spine Shutter Amulet. it allows the wearer to inflict reverberation when dealing damage with ranged spell attacks. So it gives him more sources of reverberation, stacks reverberation faster,
Gotcha.
and that knocks people down more. Let's see. Opening a Hellgate. To open the portal, you must place the ritual items in their proper places on the blood star. The skull on the star point near the altar, the coin of mammon on the next point to the right. Counting clockwise, skip a point and place the diamond on the next one. Place the incense on the point that follows the diamond, and then finally place the infernal marble in the center of the star. Okay. And then we have the book, Infernal Transposition Ritual, Layer of Avernus, Blood Circle Configuration. Place that which has no eyes but use to see at the western point of the circle. 2 spaces lie opposite that point. Upon the left, place what is cut but cannot bleed. To the right, that which smells but cannot sniff. Beside the dead remains, the aspect of the Avarist Lord sits clockwise so, then the circle's center shall receive the internal marvel of infernal marble. Finally, and I mean no disrespect, go to hell. Legal notice. The owner of this grimoire asserts that it is for scholarly and recreational purposes only. As a mere dealer in antiques, I disbelieve in the very existence of infernal transplanter travel. Signed, Helzik.
Alright. Either we didn't loot it.
I'm gonna check my I'm gonna check my chest. That is not my chest, that's Elle's chest. Why the hell can I never... I wish they would just mark which one was yours. Alright. Sort by type. Amulet of Sylvanus, Windrider, Frost Prince, Chimera's, Moondrop. Yeah, I don't have it either. I do have about a gazillion books.
Did we kill a mimic in Isabel's bedroom?
I don't know.
It is not in the chest I have access to.
Oh wait, no, I found it. Resorting made it pop over from wherever the hell it was.
Okay. I was gonna say, there's no way we didn't get that.
Send to Faith.
And that means it's just either the Spellmite or the Crater Flesh gloves, with the Crater Flesh being the optimal. And finding the Rhapsody dagger. And other than that, Sarge is like done.
Crater Flesh should have gotten from the Murder Tribunal sold by the Echo down there, so it's probably in my inventory. Because I buy all the like rare and very rare items that have like unique effects and names and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, it's not sitting in your inventory, but it's probably in your chest somewhere.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna check. Alright, where are the gloves? These are all weapons. These are helmets. These are chest pieces.
Definitely not in my stuff, that's for sure.
I know for a fact it's not in mine.
Cloaks, shields, rings, boots, gloves. Alright, gloves. I need something that looks like that. It looks like they're supposed to be blue. It says they're a rare pair. You? No, that's poisonous gloves. Crater Flesh, yeah.
And so those deal additional force damage anytime he crits. And because of the way that interactions work, because it's a separate stack of damage, it procs his radiant damage again, as well as his charisma bonus again, but then his charisma bonus again, because he gets his charisma bonus twice.
Hell yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wee.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to Dumb. So then we're just missing the Rhapsody.
What's that? A weapon?
Yeah, it's another dagger.
Rhapsody.
Which the Rhapsody is from.
Oh, we haven't been to Kaz.
Yeah, that's in Cazador's. So that one we literally just don't have access to yet.
Okay. Well, now we're having to dig through inventory then.
Which gives better attack rolls, damage, and spell DC for every foe slain up to 3.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So that's great. And also, if he is hiding or invisible when he does it, it also inflicts bleeding.
That you reconsider this course of action.
Fuck off, Emperor.
Whatever you expect to gain from the Hells is not worth the risk of traveling there.
Oh, shut up, Emperor. You squiddy fuck. We're gonna do whatever we want. Once this ritual is in place, I'm gonna have to deal with my fucking weight here. Okay, so the skull on the star point near the altar. The star point near the altar.
It must be.
Is
this must be the
that
altar.
yeah, I'm assuming that's the altar.
There's nothing else around the circle. Looks like it would be an altar. So.
Well, also looking at the entire circle from overhead, that is the only
point
true point.
Yeah.
When you look at everything
So
else.
the skull goes. Sorry, hold on. I need to walk my ass over here. So the skull goes there. Then the coin of Mammon goes on the next point to the right. Then we skip a point and place the diamond on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we place the incense on the point after the diamond.
Now here's a question, because that point doesn't look like it exists. Does it count?
What do you mean?
No, there's a point there.
It might be a rendering thing then on my end. Never mind. Continue.
Hold on. Need to move my windows here. And the last thing up is to put the infernal marble in the middle. All right. Y'all ready for this?
Here we go.
And bam.
But there is no reason to provoke him by invading
Yes, there is.
home.
Yeah, shut up, Emperor. Just gonna save and then we're going in, motherfuckers. Away! Yes, I'm sure I want to go to the House of Hope. Gotta go.
Sure.
Karlach is inspired. Karlach's like, fuck yeah, hell.
Horizon Walker.
Her health is also not doing great.
You came. Such a shame. Curiosity killed all the cats. It won't be so kind to you.
As the woman speaks, you hear a distant rattle of chains, and she winces in pain.
The jailer will hear us. I shouldn't be talking to you. I must go. It's not kind to me.
The figure flickers and starts to dim from view, but you sense she could be convinced to return.
All right, maybe we can like get
The
you
figure
free.
shimmers brightly. Your words seem to have piqued her curiosity.
I hope so. But it is a faint hope.
Well, this is the
Just
House
like
of
me.
Hope.
I can't leave. I could only suffer. But I'm supposed to do that in silence. Everyone here hates me for what I am. I'm the thing that kills you and the only reason you're alive. Made by a promise, undone by the truth. A handshake, a hug, the first beat of a newborn's heart. I am hope. What little is left of her. A guttering candle in a universe of night. I'm not much of a friend to anyone anymore. But I could use a friend myself. Do you want a friend to guide you through this madhouse? I hear the jailer. It hears me. It'll call Raphael, make every question count. Make some of them count twice.
Ooh.
I'm here to kill Raphael.
We could also ask who. Well, I mean, that one for sure first, but we can also ask who the jailer is. We could attempt to kill the jailer as well.
You brilliant,
I would
beautiful
assume.
maniac. I'll hold him down while you trim his arteries. Except he's not home. I'm indisposed and you're in hell. Don't waste any more words, or we'll both be sorry. The house is home to many things. Most will kill you. One can save you. The hammer that breaks the chains, you must steal it.
You hear a sound like the rattle of a chain, and an agonizing scream.
Oh,
in your
alright, maybe
head
we have
as
to
hope
ask about the hammer
flickers
next.
From view momentarily.
Quiet. There it goes. Everyone here is mad. Even you, especially me. And that makes them dangerous, but it also makes them stupid. I'll make you seem as ruined as the rest of the people here. A simple glamour to make you a terrible wretch.
Hell yeah.
Now whisper your questions, little wretch. But really quiet and very clever. Concentrate.
Well, Bard option. And also friends. Never did. Where did my friendship go?
Oh.
Remember, quiet as a mouse.
You got it. The
Okay.
hammer.
Orphic hammer. Where?
The same place you'll find your sorry little soul when Raphael rips it out.
Oh.
Discovered an ancient gift prince in need of a savior. The Orphic hammer is the perfect tool for breaking all infernal chains. In the archive, down the corridor, past the debtor. Oh, the debtors. They won't like you. But I like you. I know I do. I think I do. I hope I do. I just need to ask one question, and I'll know for sure.
Yes.
Uh-huh. What?
Can you save me? Please? Please, 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 please.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
You don't even know how.
Tell me.
All right. You have to listen very, very, very closely.
Bio, take notes.
I will say this only once. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains.
2.
Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains.
You said it 3
But
times.
Be careful, when you take the hammer, the fire will come, and Raphael, you must run, 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 run.
No, I'll fly.
But don't forget me. Please, please, please. I don't want to burn. Not again.
The rattle of chains echoes louder from unseen places, and without a scream or a sigh, hope disappears.
Find the rattles, smash the key, break the chains.
Uh-huh.
I think. Something like that, anyway. Close enough. All right, well, good work, everyone.
Wee.
Am I over encumbered again? Why am I over encumbered? What am I over encumbered by? I literally don't know. Oh, it's the debtor's attire she put me in. It's actually just increased my like that's an item that got added to the inventory and then auto equipped.
Huh.
That's okay. I don't need this grimoire anymore. That can go to camp now. And now I'm not encumbered anymore.
This place is all entrances and no exits.
Yeah, I remember this room.
Do you? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the-
yeah. Okay, no, I see. I see what you mean. So the Orphic Hammer is to the west.
Oh, we have to get the key first, though.
Well, the archive is also down there, right? Wasn't the key in the archive?
Oh, investigate the archive, steal the Orphic Hammer. The hammer is in the archive.
Hammer is in the archive. Save hope. We need to find the Orphic Hammer. Yep.
I mean, I can attempt to lockpick it, so...
Lockpick. Wait, what are you lockpicking? Oh,
The locked door that's in front of us. Just gotta put on all of my rogue gear. BC 25. Oh boy.
And there is this set of infernal iron doors over here that I can open.
Oh, I max rolled the guidance and it got me the 25. Let's go. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna check this other set of doors. In the meantime... Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over here.
A bunch, you say?
We are concerned to report a regrettable incident within our esteemed House of Hope. It's come to our attention that one of the guests, driven to madness by insatiable curiosity, attempted to breach the sanctity of your revered boudoir. The misguided individual, their mind clouded by a desperate desire for forbidden knowledge, sought to gain access to your private quarters and uncover the secrets that lie within. They believed that the back door on the balcony would serve as their clandestine path to knowledge. However, rest assured, my lord, that our vigilant guardian swiftly intervened and prevented any further trespassing, so please don't turn us into lemures. Okay.
Why is someone shooting off fireworks?
What?
Ignore that.
Oh, okay. Ignoring.
Wow. Double natural 1 on advantage. Let's try again.
A mystic force curtain over there.
Into secret. Okay.
Taking a peek past it, I'm wondering if that's the boudoir.
Another inner balcony.
I've been awake for 100 years. Let me rest.
Carilla's transcript of a conversation between Raphael and her sister Hope. Hope, what's that? Raphael, good morning, sweetling. How are you? Hope, what's that? Raphael, this? Oh, nothing really, just a little curiosity. Hope, my tenacious petal clinging to the flower despite warm winter, nature, and all common sense. This is an Amun dreamcatcher. No? No recognition? Well, alright. This tinkly, feathery device is a jar for dreams, currently full to bursting. I don't mind telling you. Hope, stop. Raphael, stop what, dear one? Hope, jangling it like that. I'd like you to stop. Raphael, you hear them then? The captured dreams of frightened children. The Omoans were a clever people, Hope. Their children slept like stones. No boogeymen or creepers invaded their imaginations in the tenebrous dark. No, those figments went in here, and they got to know one another. A social house for nightmares. These things that go bump in the night live inside this dreamcatcher, and they are dying to meet you. Oh, Raphael, don't go! Raphael, serve me then. Damn your pride and serve me with your whole heart. Hope, with her eyes fixed on the dreamcatcher, then averting to his, Raphael is stunned to see her eyes narrow. No, I won't do it. Raphael, I see. How naughty of you. As Raphael and I left, I chose to linger and listen at my sister's closed door. She was alone with the dreamcatcher. I heard her breathing grow heavier, then sharp, frozen silence. Then Hope began to scream.
Speaking of Hope, she just popped up in front of me.
Oh.
If you would like to come converse with her.
And you are whence? Okay. Just gotta work my way over there. Give me a sec. I'm like halfway on the other side of the building.
I also found some portals to some interesting places, like Neverwinter and Waterdeep.
Perfect.
And Mephistar.
And Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. But
Menza
Baranzan.
Yeah.
Or Baranzan, yeah.
When is a door not a door? When it's a jam jar! You won't find a way out here. Or a way in. This is the chamber of egress. The portals here crisscross the plains, but they won't open to the likes of you and me. This is how Raphael consults with his clients so efficiently, no matter the time, no matter the place, and it's how he stalks his prey. Oh, there is. If you stare into the portals long enough, your mind starts to do cartwheels and tricks you into thinking you're falling into a horrible, yawning void.
Oh, fun.
It's one of my favorite ways to pass the time. But you have no time to waste, or time will waste you. And what you need from the house is in the archive. Not here!
Yeah, but we need to find your key first.
Well, we found cool portals. Katla.
Neverwinter, Jewel of the North. Neverwinter, Pakistan.
I wonder if the cult of the Absolute has influence there as well.
Oh, she lied to me. I didn't go crazy from staring into the portals.
That's because you already were crazy.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Especially you, Nappa.
Especially you, Ghost of Hope.
Hey, prison hatchway.
Oh.
Locked prison hatchway.
Such a beautiful house.
I shall fetch a rug.
Beautiful prison.
Put on the rogue stuff. Put on the rogue stuff. Yeah, mod that just lets me set up outfits. Wait, a strength check? No, that's not what I was trying to do. No, I guess it's just gonna make me do a strength check now. Okay. I mean, I should have it. Yeah, I got it.
Alright. What's down here? Oh. Is this a fucking Game of Thrones ass sky cell?
Oh wait, this is her prison. It says Hope's prison.
The jailer will swallow you whole if you take another step.
We don't have the
You won't be
hammer
able to
yet.
save me while you're being digested. You found my prison. My body is held in chains just beyond. Presumably, you intend to chew through the chains, cracking your teeth like eggshells. It will work! The hammer is the only thing capable of shattering the chains.
Okay. Okay, I'll go find it.
Not here, you won't, you blundering cricket!
I understand. I know.
It's in the archive.
Yes, I know.
When you remove it, the whole house will go up in flames.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least now we know where to run to with it.
Fly home furious.
I'll make sure I'm ready.
Ready for Raphael's homecoming? He'll use you as a handkerchief.
Nah, he's gonna get
Nah.
slapped.
No.
Yep.
Don't listen to me.
The only reason he's not dead already is because he ran away like a bitch.
I'll be waiting.
Yep.
Like I have a choice.
Okay. Back up the ladder. we
Back
go
up the
then.
ladder. But hey, at least we know where that is now.
Yes.
Good balcony.
Yep. Oh, there's a passageway out here, actually.
Was there?
Yeah. See what I'm standing in front of?
Oh, yeah. So where has that put you, friend?
There's a spectator down here, and it's a back way into Hope's prison. Don't come down. Come back
Yeah,
up.
that's what I figured. I had a feeling
Had
that
a
was going to be a
feeling.
back way into Hope's prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I went there in stealth mode. But also, there's more of a pathway out here.
That's curious.
Inert infernal gem. Wisdom check. Just give that a quick save.
Oh, that was you. Okay, for a second I thought... Oh, no, they did say autosave successful. Okay. I wonder if it's because of this balcony I just flew up to that has a demon sleeping in Raphael's bed, and her name is Harlep.
Neat.
Or... No, that's an incubus. His name is Harlep.
Okay. Cool. Okay, now I have a DC 20 Arcana check.
Never didn't have it.
I don't know about that. Possibly not. Nope, got it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh! I found a fucking treasure room.
Oh,
Contracts mole. I got mole's contract.
Please tell me that
Hey.
was
There's
over
also a
there.
thing in here called the Staff of Spell Power.
That sounds sick as hell.
So we're just gonna yoink that. Alright, what do? You get a +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. Alleviate the arcane burden of spellcasting with the power of the staff. The next spell you cast doesn't cost a spell slot.
Holy shit!
Bruh.
That's cool as fuck.
I mean, I've been rocking the Falara Luve for like a long time now.
Duh.
But I do frequently forget to actually use its shit in combat.
Duh.
That +1 does... Oh, but it's... No, but it's versatile, so I can still wield it with my shield.
Yes.
Sounds worth it.
Just pop the
That looks
Falara
sick.
Luve back to camp. Contract Mole. Yeah, I just have Mole's contract in my pocket now.
Hell yeah.
So that's fun.
Eldusk helmet.
Opening a Hellgate. To open the portal, you must place a ritual... No, we did that already. Why is that still not into camp?
Oh, you found the helmet. So are the gloves in there too?
No gloves, just the
Damn.
Helldusk helmet.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm still over encumbered.
And 666 gold coins.
Of course. Why would it be anything else?
You can see in magical and ordinary darkness up to a range of 12 meters. You cannot be blinded. +2 bonus to saving throws against spells. Attackers can't land critical hits on the wearer. And Immolating Gaze, which does 2d8 fire damage. Sear and frighten a target with nothing but your glower. You deal an additional 2 to 16 fire damage against burning
Show your
creatures.
invitation.
It makes them fearful for 3 turns.
That's
Holy shit.
interesting.
That's cool as fuck.
Those faucets are described as restoration faucets.
That's me again, by the way.
Show your invitation.
Okay, I can't go in there. I don't have an invitation, apparently.
Show your invitation.
Show your equipment.
Check your equipment.
There's a rat over here. Eternal rat.
Oh, Taming Hope. Oh, that's part 2. Okay, yeah, that's I've already been. Where? Sorry, where's this mouse? Oh, you're a bit farther.
I found
ahead.
the
Okay.
archive.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, the rat's in here. Out on that balcony.
Gotcha. Hello, Eternal Rat.
I'm in two minds. The rat and the man and the rat, they gnaw at one another. Which one will be the meat and which one will be the tooth?
How did you end up here?
My chums took everything and ran. The kindly devil hid me from them. Made sure they'd never find me. I skitter now, bested the litter, and hungry. Want victual sweet with rot. Simpler life, but harder.
Okay, good chat. Good chat, bud. So that's the archive. Is there anything past the archive? Oh, there's a gilded chest past the archive.
Perfect.
Ooh.
And a wine goblet? Why is the wine goblet glowing? That was not a wine goblet. What was it that you picked up there?
I didn't pick up anything.
Huh.
Egg Swift tonic?
Oh, hold on.
At the table, maybe? There's 3 different drinks.
No, it was the wine that was interactable was what it was getting at there. I see. List of essential personnel. A record of various associates of Raphael's listing their duties and their respective performance. Corilla Hearthflame, fieldwork, so I've barely had to singe the tips of her fingers. This one shows promise. Archivist, naughty boy, supposed to be looking after the collection but has a tendency to drift. They have to start breaking his neck to give his spine a chance to recover. Nabaldin, little shit let Gortash get away. Not letting him near the prisons ever again. Chamber of Egress will do fine until I find a replacement for him. Howdy, Hope.
Please,
What's up?
Doors down
Hello
here.
again, little mice. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted like butter and spread onto toast. Shh. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again.
Okay, I need you to stay calm. Tell me what to do.
I shall, I can, I shall. The archivist is the key, but he's as stubborn as a king and as serious as a heart attack. Exploit his fiddling weakness and make him grovel!
Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
Well, charisma is your best bet, right?
Yep. Without question. Friends. What? Where did my friends go again?
Where did it go?
Hold on. Reroll that.
Maybe it's bugged?
Alright, well, if friends isn't gonna work, I can't guidance. Fascinating.
Huh. Oh, you got it. Weird.
You steady your mind and prepare your questions.
Okay. What do I do with the archivist?
He fears authority figures. Perhaps his teacher took a strap to him and left a deep impression at an early age. There's one regular visitor that he particularly fears. She is...
A crack like breaking bone. Hope winces.
Come on, Hope. I need a name. I just think Friends doesn't work in here. Or it doesn't work on Hope specifically, maybe.
Verilius Receptor. A High Inquisitor of Zariel. Officially entitled to audit Raphael's collection. Her true form is so gargantuan and mind-scarring to behold that she takes on many guises when she visits. Play your part well and you can be one of those blasphemous guys.
I am the greatest bard in the universe, so I got this, don't you worry.
And you have extra intimidation.
And I have an eye patch. Wait. Wait.
Wait.
Where is... Okay, no, my eye is still fucked. I was gonna say, did my eye become not fucked up for some reason? Thought it might have been like a graphical thing because of the glimmer. Or the glamour, you know?
Yeah. So, what are the chances that I can get you to come follow this path over to Harlep? Because I assume you couldn't get in the other way. It sounded like you were having trouble getting in.
What other way?
I remember where I found that backdoor entrance to the prison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a stone pathway that you have to make some jumps across, but you can make your way over to the room that was behind a barrier you can get in.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can probably go... Did it go past this other balcony? Could I get to it from this balcony and not have to walk back so far?
I don't see any other external exits that are closer.
Like...
Yeah, that balcony is the one that I was talking about, because that's where the prison is.
Oh, okay.
So you need to head this way now.
I'm just about able to make that jump. These jumps are kind of a...
I'm gonna laugh if Elle wakes up the demon when she jumps up here and has to do the charisma checks.
Oh, I also can't get up there because it's... Now I can. Alright. Let's just drop a save. Safety.
A lost little mouse is running through the house.
A thief in the night, greedy and here to take. Why are you here, little thief? Raphael? Ha! No. You will have a far crueler master than Raphael soon. But what inspired you to pay him a visit?
Orphic hammer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Raphael all but spent himself to get that hammer. And you want to take it off him?
Yep.
This is very naughty. Whatever are we to do? Why don't we play a game? You win, I give you everything you desire. But you'll enjoy yourself more if you lose.
What's the game?
It's a surprise. Off with your clothes.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna exit conversation for a second so I can get up there in case stupid shit starts to happen.
Okay, just gonna blank the screen real quick and see how bad this goes.
No, I'm here.
Good little thief. Good. Keep going like
Yep,
this.
no, that was a good thing I blanked the screen.
And you'll get to live. You'll be crying out my name soon. You'd better know it. I am Halep, Raphael's personal incubus, glamored and transfigured to look like him.
Oh, so he can literally
So
go
he
fuck
can,
himself.
yeah, so he can fuck himself.
Yep.
He only ever wants to sleep with himself. What's better than the devil you know, eh?
His violating stare sees more than all of you. It sees potential.
Before we continue, I want to make sure you're comfortable.
That is an ass shot.
When he's feeling adventurous, Raphael will ask me to change into the Archduchess, Raphael. I can take her form if you choose. A simple swap pales in comparison to what you are about to do for me.
Nah, you can stay in the female one, that's fine.
Then the Archduchess I shall be. On the bed. Lie back.
There has not been charisma checks yet, friend.
Which is surprising.
So far, I'm just about to get laid by a demon.
Any thought of resistance or control is fading. You will obey, giving yourself body and mind to them.
Ah, performance, you say?
Aha. That's a charisma check.
That's basically a bard check. It's basically a bard option.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a save there. That is not going to do it.
Nope.
I can't even see this roll.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yes, you can. There's a stream, Sarge. Oh, wait.
Right.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I... Yeah, it's fine. Nat 20. Not quite, but, you know.
Retain a trace of free will, but it is one drop in the ocean of their desire. It will not last.
Well, cool. I got that free will. Time to surrender. Worst possible decision. Do it.
Yep.
Every kiss is as tender as a last goodbye. Every touch a lie of true love.
Devote yourself to pleasure eternal. Stay here with me. This can be forever.
The Constitution check. Uh-oh. That's gonna be tricky. It's okay, that's what we got. That's what we got saves for. And rerolls. DC
Jack of all trades.
25.
Oh!
Now both my screens
Uh-oh.
are just black right now, so I can't see shit.
Okay. DC 25.
Nat
So
20,
it's not necessarily. If I max roll the guidance, I only need a 19.
Yeah.
That is not it. Crater flesh, but he has those already. That ain't it either.
Curses.
Okay, it's fine. We still got more inspiration.
And nat 20.
Nope.
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 All right. That's where we reload.
Coffee?
What?
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee.
Okay, Madam Trump.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Devote yourself to pleasure eternal. Stay here.
Yeah,
with
Constitution check.
Me. This can be.
I can at least put the Constitution check on screen. That's safe. Nope, that's not it.
Come on, game.
Reroll. Nope, that's not
Nope.
it. I mean, at least I'm not trying to do this without the rerolls.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Reload. Yeah, the only piece of gear Sarge is missing now is in the is over in Assyrian's place.
Devote yourself to
Yeah,
pleasure.
yeah. Constitution
eternal.
check. Shut up.
Stay here.
13. Nope.
This can be forever.
18. Nope.
Almost.
6. Nope.
Curses.
I mean, it's a 5%, like, 3 times. So, the actual chance that we're looking at here is... Oops. It's about a 15... Yeah, it's about a 15% chance. Which is not usually the way the probability works, but in this case it is.
Devote yourself.
It's a little
to
bit less than 15.
eternal.
14.6 or so.
Stay here with me. This can
To hit the nat 20.
forever.
So if you double that, it's about a, like, this should be about a 30-ish% chance.
Curses.
No, it was an 18 anyway. It needed to be a 19 or a 20.
Yeah.
Nope.
Curses.
Oh, in other news bio, well, I'm re-rolling forever. I went and I was looking through my storage in Sanctuary 3, 2, I don't remember. Anyway, I was looking through my storage in Sanctuary the other day, and I realized I had a URAD OPQ system hanging out in there.
Devote yourself to pleasure
So
eternal.
then I was going around trying to farm up the the shield that'll set your health to 40%, and I did get one of those. And then I was working on getting an elemental stone Captain Planetoid today, so I have one of those now. I don't know if there's another piece that I need for that. I don't think so.
Come on, net 20. Damn it.
Wait, are my bonuses? Okay, no, the guidance is still working. It's just grayed out. It's a shield from the guy who spawns after the first Ava DLC mission. But then where am I supposed to get my health low if not from the shield that makes my health low?
Try as
Like,
you will.
whoops. I have done the Ava DLC missions, so I can just loop back around and get it, but how am I supposed to get below 40% health or 50% health then? Because I thought using the stopgap to get my HP below 50% and keep it there for the URAD thing was part of the play. Because I can't use the Captain Planetoid and the artifact that just sets my HP to 1 at the same time. That doesn't work either. Ah, okay. So I can use the Deathless Relic to set my HP to 1.
Devote yourself to pleasure eternal. Stay here with me.
15. 15 is not 25.
Forever.
There's the nat 20.
Nat 20!
Alright, we got it.
The nat 20.
Time,
Hell yeah.
time to make the screen go black again. I bitch slapped her.
You are no fun at all.
Oh, initiative.
This one won't play nice.
Well.
So there is combat happening. I still can't turn it back on yet because I need to put clothes on first. So hold, please. Unbreaking shield gives you 200 fucking % bonus lectures. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, okay, alternate option. Could I not just get the shield and then anoint it with the action skill start shield break thing? Yeah, that's like the ridiculously busted shield.
Ooh, me attacking the imps might actually be dangerous. Fleeting protection. If the affected entity is hit with radiant damage, attacked with radiant damage, Raphael's protection reflects twice that amount as fire damage, and then this condition ends. Fascinating.
Well, your job here is to shoot Harlep in the face, Sarge.
The bed is tall enough to interrupt me. Are you shitting me? Are you actually shitting me?
No.
Could you have jumped onto the bed?
Fuck this. I will just dash. Use an action surge.
Received something.
You perceive something somewhere. I think it's
In the
actually...
water.
Yeah, it's like... He's perceived a restoration faucet, I think. Yeah, no, you can fail that, thank you. And now they're frightened, and because they're frightened, they can't take movement. Because they can't take movement, they can't stand up. Which means they are now just out of the fight. Ow! Okay. First things first. Can
I'm
I
the realist.
put my clothes back on? Okay. That did eat an action. I thought it might, but that's fine. I had to make the stream safe. Wait, my next spell doesn't cost an action. I don't have any of my equipment on. Where?
Invalid target.
Oh.
Oh, ethereal escape. What the hell?
Okay, yeah,
Wow.
I don't have any of my equipment on, so that's a problem. Ethereal escape. What the hell does that mean?
Wow, I can't even investigate her.
No, I know. I'm also not allowed to investigate her, which is quite annoying. Oh well.
Watching an imp body slide across the floor on my screen.
I was watching one bug the fuck out as it was merged with the railing.
Oh, it's about to merge with the wall.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ow.
It is one with the wall now.
Oh. Considering you're at 15 health, I will counterspell this one.
That might be worth a look.
Okay, time to kill Harlep.
Why do you want it? Why?
Miss.
Huh, alright. Well.
Hey Sarge, time to kill Harlep. Okay, you only needed one of those.
She was prone!
She had 4 health. You had to hit her once and then target the other 2 imps.
We know my dice rolls, digital or
That's
not.
fair. That's fair. That's absolutely valid.
Jesus!
Yes, my
No,
child.
Jesus has nothing to do with this. We're in hell.
No, yeah, this is definitely not a Jesus type situation. Let me just put all of my shit back on.
I need my rogue gear so I can disarm fucking trap that is on this portrait right here.
Oh, maybe that's
Can you put
what's...
the throw up on my desk?
On my way.
What?
Artemis.
DC 20, huh?
Maybe that's what Sarge, like...
Got it.
saw earlier. So can I?
Oh yeah, with the faucets.
She's licking herself, not herself, but her chops.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, that stuff acts like a long rest, and we can use it infinitely until we piss off Raphael and he comes to fight us.
There's also a locked opulent chest over here, by the way, friend. 2 of them, actually.
Hey, I got Raphael's notes out of that safe, along with 5 soul coins. Here you go, Karlak.
I'm glad I heard notes, because for the briefest of moments it sounded like you
Nudes.
said, no, nuts.
Oh,
5 of
sorry.
Raphael's nuts. And I was just like, what?
I got Helldusk gloves off of the Harlep dude over there. You gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and spell save DC. Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 6 fire damage, and your unarmed deal an additional 1 to 6 necrotic and possibly inflict bleeding. And you also get Rays of Fire as a cantrip, which do 3d6. You get the. It's a cantrip that hurls 3 rays of fire that each do 3d6 fire damage. Holy shit. Oh, it says short rest though. So even though it's labeled a cantrip, you might still only be able to use it once per short rest. I'm gonna send that to Shelly in case you want it, because Sarge has all of his gear picked out and Karlak can't cast spells.
Weapon attacks deal an additional D6. My AC bonus though.
Fair enough.
Let's drop those to camp for now.
I also sent you notes.
Why? Hold on. I don't understand why. I feel like my AC is not as high as it should be, and I don't know why.
I saw something about Dark One's blessing, but when you use the faucet. But I don't know if that was removing or allowing.
No, that was just giving me temporary HP.
Hmm.
Oh, whatever. Raphael's notes. The actors have finally reached Baldur's Gate, so I can commence the next stage of the plan. They've learned the Astral Prism's secret, but I will tell them that I have the key, the Orphic Hammer, and I can break the prince's chains. The hammer will be kept safely in the archive, protected by a password. What shall it be? Perhaps give me my heart's desire.
A magic keyword.
Okay, so that's still fine. That just got a little tasty.
There's also another locked opulent chest as well on the other side. Thereabouts. Okay, good. Right. Also, I've turned off the protection on the door, so we can just kind of come and go through the front door now.
Sick.
Oops, ignore that.
What are you pinging?
I was pinging what L pinged. I didn't want to feel left out.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I'm going to go stand over near the archive so that we remember that that's what's up for next time.
Yes.
Then we talk to the archivist. Yo, there's gauntlets of hill giant strength in here, by the way.
Yep. That's what I've been waiting for.
And an amulet of, what was it, max health, I think I saw on the other side.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be taking all of it. Don't you worry about that.
Here we go.
No. You all ran off over this way?
I went to the place that we need to go, you see.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's the room that you
There's a
went in.
book here. This book, long an encyclopedia but written in an untamed, barely legible style, describes the Tempest domain from which some clerics can draw power. And look! When you're whipped with the wild winds or stricken until stick-like burning from the god's lashing lightning tongue, are you not suffused with the power of Tempest? Aye, how Queen Umberlee and Lord Talos fight and fray over its domain. But even they on high know in truth tempest can never be tamed, only channeled by the favored few. Reach up thy hands to the sky, outstretched, awaiting breath of gods to blast the oblivious, supplicate and ask to be drowned, to be blown asunder, to be destroyed, or perhaps to be granted such might to speak the words of Talos with thine own sweet hand. Sorry, what was being pinged?
So many pretty things
Oh.
in the House of Hope.
Alright. I'm gonna save up right by this here archivist lad. And then next time, new save.
Stop. Hammer time.
Talk to no, not talk. You know what? Sure. Talk at archivist. Get
That almost sounds more accurate.
key. Break. Chains.
Archivist.
Ah, damn it. Talk at archivist. Take key.
Oh, see, no, I think the strength will be the same as what I have right now when I consume this elixir, but that means I won't have to eat up my elixir slot getting my strength up to where I need it to be, which means I can put on more fun elixirs that'll help out even more in combat.
Alright. Talk at archivist. Took key. Brookchurns. Kill Satan. Good save.
Okay.
Sweet. We got, oh, toggle. Oh, the arcane battery's toggleable. I can just, like, turn that on and off. Neat. So it's not just literally the next time I use it. I have to intentionally set it up to be used. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Oh.
Very helpful. So, next time, this shit. Get the hammer, smashy the call back Raphael, kill the shit out of him, smashy Hope's chains. Find out she's been like betraying us this whole time, probably. I don't fucking know. Anyway, won't be surprised. So, till next time.
Bye.
Bye.